Yes, we are back. We are on. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Live Trading with Benzinga, the show on the biggest uptrend right now in terms of popularity on Benzinga. So, of all the shows we're doing, this one is going parabolic, as they say. So,
a good old fashioned Jersey fist pump.
that's it. That's it.
We're
Spencer,
at the top of the mountain and we're only halfway up. Think about it.
I don't know what that means, but I'm here for it. Ryan, Mitch, me, Zunaid will be here in a minute as well. Let's get this show. Hey, what's up, JD, Matty Ice, Martin, James, Easy Mike, Tommy USA. Loving the name, Tommy USA. Mitch, I don't know if I want to hit the intro or do you got any special stuff planned?
Let's go with the standard intro, and then
Standard intro
always
today.
bring something extra, right?
Standard intro. You got it.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part, it's beatable.
All right.
Get excited. Let's get it going. Looks like everyone's a little excited in the chat. I expected some people to be a little bit down, but looks like people are ready to go for a great trading day. Let's go ahead. Let's get at it today, guys. Of course, we got Ryan Spencer with me. Zunaid will be joining us, so definitely we'll wait for that. But Ryan, I didn't know that you were such a big turkey fan. I didn't know you were such a big turkey fan, man.
Then you must have potatoes in your ears because Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays in the history of the world. That little graphic is amazing, though. I'm scared of myself from that.
Wait, was that you or your brother? I couldn't tell.
I don't think it was if you had met my brother, you wouldn't be asking that. But anyway, I'm not Mitch. That thing's really good. And real quick, I have a special shout out from Brent Slava at our news desk. He just told me to tell everyone he says hi and what up and happy Thanksgiving Eve. He seems like he's in the chat, so be sure to give it back to him. Nice to see you, Brent.
Happy Turkey Day out there, Brent.
What up, Brent? If you ever see, there he is. There he is. Brent Slava in the chat.
Hey, well, there you go. Well, you know what, Brent? I thought of you when I wanted to create something for Thanksgiving. So I said, you know what? Why not?
The Thanks-Teeny, a fun and delicious new novelty drink I invented. Cranberry juice, potato vodka, and a bouillon cube. Tastes just like a turkey dinner.
It's like Thanksgiving in my mouth.
Well, there you go, guys. The Thanks-Teeny. Who wants a Thanks-Teeny? Pinkies up, pinkies up, guys. You know I like my pinky.
Pass.
I'll tag Thanksgiving in my mouth any day, but I don't know if via drink.
Yeah. Not sure I want to drink that.
Well, the metaverse, man.
True.
That meta turkey.
True.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into the market. Everybody, let's start pulling up our watch list. What stocks are you guys seeing out there moving? And of course, what do you want to trade today? Definitely throw it in the chat. Today's going to be one of those days where I'm in damage control, but I don't know about you guys. What are you guys looking out there?
Well, I've got my movers tool pulled up, but Ryan, why don't you go first? I see we got a news feed. No, we got
No, I was okay. So this is just my normal habit. I review these three news feeds just to see what's going on with the SPY, hot and exclusive. Don't really see anything in here. And then this is the whims, right? This is all of the hard work that the news desk does starting at like 4 o'clock in the morning. basically going over and getting an idea of what's going on here. I do want to watch some of these retail names like Gap and Nordstrom's. I mean, those things are really, really beaten down. If we flip over to the chart here and we pull up JWN, we can actually see that. Just an absolute monster miss here and a huge trade down. I want to see if there's any bounce here. The volume should be good. So if there is a bounce, we might be able to trade that today. I also believe that these options are fairly liquid. So you're going to have your choice here if we do get a bounce. We'll see. It is the Christmas season, so maybe we'll get some headlines about that. Otherwise, Spence, I also pulled up the movers tool here. I noticed that BioFrontera, this is a biopharmaceutical company that got a $20 price target from Roth Capital. This stock was, $260 yesterday, $552 today, so we're up over 100%. Volume looks pretty good. I would imagine that this is going to give us some of the opportunity like we've been seeing the last couple of days with some of these stocks that go on huge runs. As far as this goes, I don't want to get baited right at the open, so I'd actually wait for a pullback to a resistance level. I'm going to go ahead and chart off some of these support areas here in a sec. And then one more that I wanted to mention real quick was LGVN. That looks like that's getting going here. Again, this was in my movers earlier, but I seem to have misplaced it.
I mean,
looks like we're trading back down here. That's
why.
So.
It's getting going down is what it's getting going.
Well said. So I want to see, I don't necessarily believe in this company, but honestly, if we come in here and we test yesterday's lows at 1450, we may bounce there. You may be able to get some type of trade there. This has been busy the past 2 days. So until the turkey is done and the fork is stuck in it, I want to keep watching it to see if there's any potential opportunity.
Okay, a couple of stocks I'm watching. Here, let me bring up this is my movers tool, but let me go to my details widget for a second. I was just looking at Zoom. I saw it trading higher in the overnight session here, and here's what I'll say about Zoom. We get above the high yesterday, I'm bullish. That would be 210. We fall below the low of yesterday, I'm bearish. That would be 196. We're sort of right in the middle of that right now at 205, but that would be my buy signal would be above the high. Sell signal will be below the low from yesterday. Kind of surprised to see it trading up today, but here we are nonetheless. I was just looking through a lot of, in addition to the movers tool, I was curious about the most searched stocks today on Benzinga and on Benzinga Pro. A lot of retail in there. A lot of retail in there, right? And it's not just Nordstrom who reported this morning or the Gap, right? It's Best Buy. They were out yesterday, right? It's Dick's. They were out yesterday. Kind of surprised to see all those names. And then you have a bunch of EV names in there as well. Names like NIO trending on Benzinga today. Rivian trending on Benzinga. Lucid, XL Fleet trending on Benzinga. Two EV related headlines I saw this morning. One was from Tesla. Elon Musk, we knew he wasn't done. He sold another $1 billion worth of Tesla shares yesterday. If you did the math on this way back a couple weeks ago, you knew there was going to be more selling. Not exactly a sell signal for anyone, but just him selling into weakness to pay his taxes. The other one was a stock we've not talked about for a while here. FFIE, Faraday Future. Okay, we talk about in the EV space, there's going to be winners and losers. More likely, there will be a small number of winners and a lot of losers. This one is shaping up to be one of those losers right now. This company, to their credit, 2 weeks ago, last Monday, the 15th, said that they're going to be late on their quarterly filing because they are doing a review. There are some allegations on some inaccurate disclosures. So they're doing a review of all their financials. Well, this morning, NASDAQ put them on notice and said, hey, Faraday Future, you guys did not file a 10Q. You're on the list. You're on the shit list, all right? Basically, they have 6 months to get in compliance and file something, or they're off the exchange. Is basically what's happening here. But they are currently in violation of NASDAQ's listing policies or compliance, and NASDAQ put them on notice here today. So FFIE is, as you would expect, down to an all-time low of $6 this morning.
Well, the man with the information coming on in here, Spencer. I heard you're a dancer too, man.
I'll take you down. Yeah. Mary, I've been thinking. Can we move the Japanese ambassador to 4 o'clock tomorrow?
Looks like you got the Japanese ambassador on later, man.
That was great. That was amazing.
That was amazing.
Was that? Was
I'll
that,
take you there.
I couldn't tell if that was me or Hugh Grant. Honestly, I couldn't even tell.
You got to show your moms that one on Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna.
Was that a deep fake?
Was that a deep fake? Anthony, no is the answer to your question. No, I don't. I also want to add that I am wearing my quote unquote inside out sweater today.
Made famous by this show. Let's go.
The sweater is not inside out, but it is easy to wear inside out because years ago I ripped out the tag by accident. So I don't actually know. I have to like double check which side's in and which side's out. But this side is right side out. I can assure you. I triple check it every time I wear it. But it is the inside out sweater. Maybe an indicator for an inside out kind of a day. I don't know.
It probably looks more normal inside out. Brett throwing daggers. Love it.
No, it actually doesn't though. That's the thing. Anyway, whatever. All right, Mitch, what are you watching today? Let's bring up your screen.
All right, so I'm going to be watching some oil plays out here. This is one that I started looking at yesterday. This is CLR, Continental Resources. As you guys can see, this is daily. Nice little push here. Of course, we've been seeing energy really strong, so I'm going to be looking at this CLR. Another one that I'm going to give is APA. Reason I'm giving this one, this is the U.S.'s largest explorer and production company. They do about 2.3 billion barrels of oil. This was also given as a Bank of America buy a little bit early in October. So I'm looking for this to start getting strong. I know that there's probably some investors in this, so I'm going to take a look at it. That's APA. Another one that I gave yesterday, BTU, which is a coal play, actually had a good day yesterday. So if you're looking for some stocks that have some strength, I'm going to be looking for maybe a slight pullback towards 1130s, but then eventually to get back above 12. We'll see if we have a strong day here in these basic materials. But I also think that for some reason we could just have a big rip in the market. Hoping that we can get a Thanksgiving push. Wouldn't want to see a down day on the SPY and the Qs. We've been fighting this sideways action, guys. Do we get down to the 463s or do we test back up to 468 today on the SPY, which is going to be the interesting thing, I think, to watch for. Do we get back up through the resistance, that 468, or do we test down towards 463? We'll keep on watch. On my TikTok, I did give out one MBUU, Malibu boats. This one's actually starting to look interesting for me. A nice bottoming forming right here at 70. Now looking like it wants to get up through that 200-day moving average, which would be 76.92. I'll look for a move to 77 today, and then eventually continuing through 80. Why would I want to be playing Malibu boats? I just think inflation's playing into this. I personally don't think that, people are buying boats in December, but I think this is kind of more of an inflationary play, and you guys can keep your eyes on it.
Yeah, and one of the things that I wanted to mention about kind of the broader market real quick, IWM bounced off of the 50-day. We're pretty much right there. So I want to see if we actually find some support. Remember, we were in kind of a channel from February before we actually broke out of this back at the beginning of November. So I definitely want to see us bounce here and stay above that channel as opposed to coming back into it. Let me see if I can actually draw this for you. I think you do it like this, right? Bang, there's your parallel channel. I want to stay outside of this. Looks like we're dipping back in. Hopefully we bounce and move out of here. With the SPY, looking at kind of a modestly red open here. So I want to use this. I want to look for relative strength, right? I want to look for anything that's bucking the trend of the SPY. And Mitch, to your point about how that reversal normally happens, 10:30, 10:45, want to watch that too, because if things take off, maybe people are cracking into the wine a little early and getting all happy. We want to make sure that we're ahead of that. So I'm going to be watching IWM and SPY, especially right on the open. I'm not in any rush to buy anything on the open play. So I'm going to wait for the trade to come in today.
Wait, Rye, something's up with your mic, man. Check your settings. I'm not sure if you're on the right one.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Okay.
Just check it out right quick.
Now it's better. Go figure. I don't know. That was very bizarre.
Here.
There we go.
Do I sound okay though?
Yeah, now you sound 10 times better.
Yep, my bad.
You sound lovely.
So just to recap, IWM wanted to stay out of the channel. SPY relative strength.
IWM on watch.
Hey, real fast before the open, let's just do a quick look at what's happening in crypto land.
Yeah, let's take a look. Crypto.
Yep, we got way more red, as you can see. Ethereum notably diverging from Bitcoin today. Obviously, ETH is higher today because I bought it yesterday, so you're welcome, everybody.
My man, Spence.
This heat map is not updating in real time. If you're looking at Ethereum futures, you would see that we're down $100 or so in the last, what is that, half hour? Last 20 minutes or so. So we have been leaking in ETH for the past few minutes, but still, up there, still above 4,100, which is important. So way more red than green, but it is what it is. And the reason I bought Ethereum, just to recap, was there's two reasons. One, I want to increase my overall exposure. I didn't feel like I had enough, so it was more of just a long-term thing. And then the other bonus reason was I think we're perhaps could be in for a nice little post-Thanksgiving bump. But even if we don't get that, frankly, that's fine too. Because again, I just wanted to increase my overall exposure to begin with, and I thought the timing worked out. So that is why I bought some ETH yesterday. I will probably be buying more Bitcoin and Ethereum I'm going to try to do like every month or so, buy a little more until I'm happy. So that's just where I'm at on the Bitcoin and Ethereum front. Want to increase my exposure to those, and then want to start allocating much smaller pieces to other coins. So I've got some Solana. I have no interest in adding to that. I could be interested in adding some Avalanche, some Cardano. I don't have any of those. I could be into it though, but I just want to. My resolution for next year, I know it's early for that, but is to increase my overall exposure to crypto. So that's my plan here going forward. You can increase your exposure to crypto too, by Bitcoin specifically. All you have to do is download the Voyager app, enter the promo code ZING, ZING, fund your account with $100, make your first trade, and it will give you $50 in Bitcoin for free. All right, that's your crypto update brought to you by Voyager. Back to the stonks. And let me see if there's any headlines I'm seeing in the past few minutes. Not really. I'm seeing a headline from Blink Charging, BLNK, not really moving off that. We did just have someone on the Fed say they would want to raise rates by the end of next year. That would fit with what Dennis said on pre-market prep earlier. I kind of even working under the assumption that rates will get raised before next winter. But I guess we're looking at the back half of next year regardless. So
yeah,
that sort of impacted things a little bit this morning.
It's going to be tough to raise rates. I will say that. I think they're going to get pushed back once they finally get towards that level, because once they ease up on the printing, at least, they're going to ease up. I think when they ease up, will the market going down make them think twice about raising interest rates? That's what I'm wondering. Of course, inflation is going to be roaring its ugly head. So we'll definitely be watching that. Now, one thing that I did want to point out, Spencer, is there a rocket moving right now? Is there some rocket news?
There is rocket news.
Rocket news? What is going on out there?
Across Mitch's forehead as we speak. Overnight at like 1 a.m. this morning, a SpaceX rocket was launched into space for the sole purpose of saving Earth, kind of, sort of. It's actually going to crash into an asteroid that is supposed to come close to Earth. And Elon Musk proving once again that he is Iron Man.
Hey, so one thing I'm starting to understand is, does this somehow affect Tesla? And I'm going to be looking to see if there's a relationship today.
No.
Every time we've gotten SpaceX news, though, it has helped a little bit of Tesla. I've seen it before.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, right? I mean, I'm not crazy to think so. At least I'll be looking at the relationship. One thing that I will say though, yesterday, and I think the man that's hanging out in the back now will say it best, is he should just give you guys a big old thank you, because that man came in with the money. That boy, he walked into Wall Street and said, "Give me that." Taking that with me.
Wait, what happened? Sorry, I know I'm hella late. I got off done with the meeting.
I seen you taking the money from Wall Street, Zunaid.
Hey man, I'm trying out here. I gotta get through my watch list and all that stuff. I saw KTTA was one of the ones.
JTTA, you're welcome, everybody who's on Benzinga Pro for that one. Because
did we have another one?
No, I'm just saying from yesterday.
Oh. I was like, damn, we got another one.
No, we didn't. I'm just saying from yesterday.
I was really hoping this one would go ahead and take out 10. It didn't. I got stopped out on this one. But anyway, apologies for. But yeah, somebody tell me where I should put all my money in so I can make $1 million today.
Well, today's big gainer is BFRI and PTN. Palatine Technologies, not Palantir. Palatine. I don't know what PTN does. All I know is they got some positive commentary this morning from HC Wainwright.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Stock
I like
is
the 50 cent on the pullback.
50 cents. That's what happens when I have no filters on my movers tool. I get that garbage. No offense if you're in PTN. All right, Zunaid, what's on your watch list here?
Yeah, I'm taking a look real quick at Zoom. Yesterday, I'm not going to lie, man. I was getting chopped up so bad in Zoom. I was hoping for it to kind of go ahead and break this 196. I tried to go short, tried to be cute. Instead, it ended up being a bottom. But basically, I'm looking for it to go ahead and fail 200 again. If it does, set an alert. We'll go ahead and grab some puts, and we'll go ahead and set an alert here as well to see if it can get over 210. If it goes over 210, we'll possibly grab some calls, especially if flow's coming in. Going to take a look at Apple as well. This is somewhere else where I kind of played the puts, worked out well, then got chopped a little bit, but going to see if Apple is able to break the, we'll call it the 161.58 area. And if it goes ahead and breaks 160, we'll go ahead and grab some puts to the downside for that. But those are the two main stocks that I'm taking a look at this time.
Okay.
Well, actually, here, let me take a look at. Sorry, one more one.
Yeah,
Deere. Deere report. Did it report yesterday or 2 days ago?
Who was that?
Going hunting over the weekend?
Deere.
Deere. It was this morning.
It was
this morning.
Okay. So I mean, not a real big move, but if it can get over, maybe let's just call it 265. Maybe we grab options, and the reason I say maybe is simply because of the fact of I don't know how popular this company is in the options world. So therefore, I don't know how spready those options will be, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to set an alert here for Tesla, by the way, at 1050 area, just in case we get a bounce and I can play it to the long side.
All right. I want to review some big losers from yesterday. Also mentioned by George here, Autodesk. What happened to that? It's a lot of these software application companies that took a hard hit. We recently seen Asana also take a big hit. I've been seeing a couple of these kind of stocks that had made monster moves. I'm going to look for Monday to crack down also here. These have been making big moves on up. Fiverr also breaking down. A lot of these kind of in those areas, internet content, these software companies that were ripping have really turned around in tech. So it's going to be a question is what's going to happen there. I know some retails also got hit too, was mentioned in the chat by PJ. OSTK definitely did take a hit yesterday, went down from 110 all the way down towards 90. So just be careful out there. A lot of stocks on pullbacks. And this is when you got to be careful because weak kind of market, not so many bulls in this market right now, at least I feel. So we can either get a huge reaction up, or I think it could also be one of those kind of sideways days. Hopefully not a red day like we saw in technology yesterday, but it could happen. So just be careful out there.
We're going to open in 20 seconds here, so we'll see what happens when that good old bell rings.
Good luck, everyone.
Good watch. Just watching movers, watching stocks moving on volume too, right? It's not just are they up or are they down, but are they up or are they down on heavy volume? This morning you got Wish, for example, down 7% on heavy volume. 3 million shares traded this morning. So there's our bell. Let's go over to the scanner tool in Benzinga Pro and see what's what.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right, we got our gainers on the top, our losers on the bottom. Let's see what jumps out to us right off the open.
So BFRI running out of the gate here. This is kind of what we talked about. I'd actually rather wait for this to pull back. Sorry, I don't have it pulled up on here. My bad, Spence. You're quick with that. I got to be quicker. Yeah, so BFRI just popping out the gate here. I actually want to wait for this to come back to a support level. Let me go ahead and draw them on here just so I'm prepared if it does sell off. And we will see. I'm also going to do that one too. So we'll see. I'm not going to chase this. The last thing I want is to just get chopped up on the first trade of the day.
You got some very quick buy the dip action happening across the board. Nordstrom's, VMware are the two that jumped out to me. I'm not saying buy those stocks now, but in fact, it wouldn't shock me for a second if we gave these gains back here. But GameStop trading higher off the open, Nordstrom's trading higher off the open as well. VMware trading higher off the open. All stocks.
Jeff, nice to see you this morning.
All stocks open lower. HPQ, same story. So we're seeing some buying the dip happening.
Even on Apple, right? Apple's sinking a little bit here in the pre-market, almost back to balance here, selling off a little bit more, but trying to get back on even and go higher. Amazon really not moving yet. Tesla kind of still at the lows there. Don't really see anything yet.
Yeah, not much moving right here out the gates. This is when you want to go ahead and be a little bit careful. Just make sure you're looking around. Look for that momentum play. Call it out if you guys see something moving. What the SPY do right out the gates here? Test it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You see, yeah. It's funny that you mentioned Apple, Ryan, because if you look at, if you look at the rest of tech, though, you see Amazon trading lower off the open. You see Google trading lower. You see Microsoft trading lower. You see Tesla trading lower. A lot of big tech trading lower off the open. How's NVIDIA doing? Trading lower off the open. AMD looks like it's flat. Can't really tell.
LGVN popped through 20 here, sitting right on 20.
That's a 20 now?
There's
God
a
damn.
refresh buyer there. This will be interesting to see if this holds or if this snaps here.
20. Wasn't it just out like 9 or something?
Yeah, what?
LGVN?
That was yesterday.
Gotta keep it on watch, man. You got to keep it on watch.
Not at 9 yesterday. I think the lowest print was 14. Oh, there it goes. Oh, my God.
Smackdown.
That snap was over $1. Oh, my gosh. That's when I say that some of these are too fast to play. Sorry. I'm looking at, I have 4 screens. I forget which one I'm looking at. When I say some of these are too fast to play, this is what I mean. We're trying to bust through 20. They immediately pulled this thing down $1.50.
Yeah, it's a hard chart to trade there also because the hourly is about $10 range in the hourly.
And you guys were talking about retail at the beginning of the show here. Walmart strong out of the gate. Good shout there, Bosch.
Hey,
Walmart.
Roblox strong out of the gate as well, guys.
So Walmart and Target were mentioned by Bank of America as upsides for next year. So just to give you guys some insight on that.
Market continues to pull here.
Roblox very strong out of the gate. Your only sector up for the moment is energy. Everything else down.
Yeah, I'd love to see some options come in if Roblox can get over that 120. I'm taking a look here.
BKKT, Michael shouting it out here. This is popping out of the open here. No position. Don't really see a trade yet, but popping up. This has been crazy the past couple of days. APVO, which was crazy yesterday. Remember, we called that here. We called that here on what, a 12 break, 11 and a 12 break. This thing went to 22 yesterday. I might have another repeat day today. We'll watch it.
Let's see.
Yeah, and that's the other thing really quick. I'm looking at the VIX chart here. We're 2046. The high yesterday was 2091. So I'll be quite honest with you. I'm not going to be terribly concerned on this pull unless the VIX starts to get out of hand. We snapped yesterday's high maybe we're looking for some more push up in the VIX.
I'm going to try to be cute here with Roblox. Went ahead and grabbed the 120 calls. Break of 117.50 would be my out. Got in at 330. Hoping for it to go ahead and crack that 120 and continue its movement upwards. We'll see if it happens.
There's Luke. Luke.
Zoltan.
Spencer, get the trade from Luke. Ask him what his ticker is today.
Luke, do you have a trade today? He's not on the phone.
He's got his. We
didn't move fast enough.
Yeah, I don't know, Zoltan. I feel cute. I might also play Roblox later. Let's see.
Shout out to Brent.
Chat's
LGVN over 20. Go ahead.
Stocks mentioned in chat. Wayfair, Open Door. How is Open Door hanging out right now? Open Door. Okay. Wayfair. Hey, you know what? If Wayfair is moving up, then check e-commerce. Check Overstock to go with Wayfair. No, opposite directions. Interesting.
LGVN is halted. I tried to grab some shares before it got halted. It told me to go buzz off, and I didn't get any.
And KTTA is going to get halted. KTTA halted on a bounce here, 449. KTTA halted on volatility, it looks like.
Yeah, those are our only two halts this morning, LGV and KTTA, so far, since the open. Nope, there's one more, Cuba, CUBA, halted.
Roblox now through 120. Good calls, Zunaid. Man, you are on fire. I'm just going to start following you with the options. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, we needed to continue and stay up there. So far, so good.
Wait a minute.
Taking money.
I called out Roblox.
Hey, you call out the ticker, I call it the options. We'll call it teamwork. We'll call it teamwork.
You called the pick. Zunaid gets the prop for the trade.
Yeah, that's it.
Execution is everything, right, guys?
So is teamwork, guys.
Oh man, yeah. Roblox, like you said, is through that 120 area. Your options are up about 20%, depending on your account. Please go ahead and lock some gains. The reason I liked it is because I believe a few days ago it was at 140, right? Yeah. So I mean, this has quote unquote plenty of room to go, especially if it can break the previous high of yesterday, which I believe was about 121 or so. So if it can get through that, I believe we've got runway ahead, but doesn't matter what I believe. We'll see if the market agrees with me, but please lock gains along the way and cut your losses quick, because if this goes ahead and breaks VWAP, you may want to get out.
All right, big important chart to watch today. Mara, guys. Mara has a nice breakdown that it could break down through, which is at 49.71. You just broke below it, but really quickly reclaimed it. So look for it to hold VWAP here and push on up there to maybe, let's say, 50-50s or 50-51. 51 here. If it comes back there to VWAP, start pushing. I'll definitely keep this one on watch. I saw BTBT go up, but if it cracks 49 on the downside, it could really start breaking down towards the next support level on the daily, which would be all the way down towards the next level would be down towards 40s or maybe even, let's say, 45. So you could get a good $4 crackdown if it breaks on the downside. And also if it reverses here, you're getting a good buying spot out that 50, which I know that a lot of people probably already took.
Okay, going back to retail for a second, very strong relative strength today in Walmart and in Costco, and to some extent Target as well. But if you look at the rest of retail and you look at, and I don't have it here, let's go to a chart. If you look at here, Walmart, right, off the open, nice pop. Costco, off the open, nice pop. Target, off the open, flat to down. But if you look at the rest of mall retail or even department stores, look at Kohl's off the open, right? Nice drop. Macy's off the open, right? Best Buy off the open. Dick's off the open, right?
So you called out a lot of discount stores, and then you went into apparel and department. So take a look at those industries today, guys.
I called out like big box, right? Target, Costco.
They actually go under discount stores.
Target, Walmart, Costco, they trade together.
That's the thing.
And then Dick's, Kohl's, Macy's, Best Buy.
Those are kind of more like end of the year play, right?
Nordstrom, they also trade together.
Nike, I think, might crack on the downside.
TJX is flying against that. Good call out, PJ. TJX is flying against that. So.
Oh, yeah. I could see Nike cracking from there. That 170 was so important for it to hold. Now it's not holding that 170. Daily has a nice trend line that it just broke, and it broke it hard. 170, I think, would be the out on a short, but it does look interesting for me.
Alex is asking about BTTX.
BTTX.
Yeah, BTTX had an upgrade, $20 price target from Chardon Capital today. It's thin, but it's moving here out of the open. So
yeah, nice little setup. I would wait for a pullback to 7, but looks pretty good off the like
17 was the price target. I'm sorry, 17, not 20. Chardon Capital though.
I kind of like it right here. It looks interesting.
And Hanks in the chat, tell us how you really feel. Holy moly, that's okay.
Yeah, we wouldn't have the show without Mitch. So
all feedback is good feedback, although that wasn't really feedback. So in that case, we don't like it. If you want to tell us what we could do better, we're all for that.
Yep.
Hanks. Why the hate?
Hanks.
It's because he didn't share any orange juice with him, is what it is.
He probably has GENI. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm suffering with you, bro. So don't worry about it.
LGVN is no longer halted. It's at 22.40. I try to get a placement at $20. Matter of fact, I have an order out at $20.10. If I get filled, great. It is small size because I understand the plummet I might end up seeing. KTTA is unhalted as well. Too, yeah. There you go. Ooh,
BTTX is going.
ISPC also going here.
That's a problem right there. Dry turkey, no gravy.
That's it, right? Very easy.
KTTA is going, guys.
Yeah, do you have a chart up?
No, I had BTTX up, sir.
Yeah, BTTX also ripped. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that push towards 760s. Nice little push there. See how the 90 EMA is holding right before it? So look for pullbacks to 750s or 730s here, and then look for it to continue through. Let's see if it gets on up there towards 8 today. Next resistance for me is up there towards 790s. Look for some sellers to run into 790s. And then, of course, you'll have that $8 hold point where you'll see some buyers maybe step right back into there. There's 75s. Are we going to get to 90s here? Let me get it on the 1 minute here.
KTTA on a pull here, just kind of watching it.
Not the worst entry if you wanted to grab in and kind of have your stop loss below $4. It couldn't break the pre-market highs just yet. Excuse me, the $5 level just yet.
Wait, I want to call out something here. We're at a critical level in GitLab, GTLB. Okay, what was the opening price? Not the IPO price. The opening price was 94.25. The IPO price was 77, so we're not even close to that. Opening price though 94.25 on GTLB. We're at 94.58 right now. You fall below that, you're at an all-time low. Well, actually, technically, your all-time low is 93.11. But point still saying, you fall below the IPO price, watch out.
What a nice move there. BTTX getting up there all the way
towards.
That
started from under 750, Mitch.
830s, all the way to 830s. Went right to that 790s. It held for a second, then broke through the 8, went up there to 815. Now holding 8s on pullbacks and 790s on pullbacks. We'll see if this one can continue to run. Definitely got the hot move there. And when you put out that analyst rating, I mean, of course, some people are going to be watching this one.
Wow. Do you guys see John Deere up to 370 now? Wow.
Yeah, dude, I looked at those options, and as I mentioned, they were spready, so I didn't even mention calling it out because there's no reason for it to. Zoom, by the way, going ahead and
look at maybe Cat, of course.
Yeah, true, Cat. What's up? Yeah,
Zoom. You're fine. Zoom just went ahead and poked above 210, came right back down. Roblox, you're up about 75% on those contracts. Please go ahead and sell some. Take some profits. I've taken some, and my next take will be at $6.50 on those contracts.
Guys, I feel so bad, but AMC's starting to break down, guys. My apes, be careful. We didn't get through that 40 yesterday, and now we broke through that 40. I talked about how this is dangerous here now. Now you're looking like you want to come down to 35 or 33. Be careful, guys. You guys know I've been trying to call this one for the long side. It looked really, really great right here. Now these last two candles, these last 2 days breaking down, it could be a turnaround there. This should have been that fourth breakout there, and we just didn't get it. So I'm really calling it out there. Just be careful. I don't want to see so many people get hit. And when you see GME also rejecting that 250, which was important for us, we wanted to get above that 250 and hold, and it really rejected yesterday. Also looking down today.
All right. It's 9:45, and I am gonna hop off and prepare for Benzinga Live today at 11:30. So I'm gonna say goodbye to this show. If I can get some legs on the way out, that would be great. Zunaid, Mitch, Ryan, keep on making the money, and have a happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you too, pal.
Happy Thanksgiving, Spence.
All right, Spencer, just as long as you do that dance for me on Thanksgiving. Hey. Zunaid missed it. That's what it was.
I did.
I'll play a little later. I don't want to interrupt this.
I tried to switch my screens, and I was like, what just happened?
No worries. So Zunaid has those nice 4 charts up. So I'm going to put him up right there. If you guys got any stocks to call out, you want to definitely throw them up in the chat. I'll take a look at it. Today is definitely one of those days that I can look at the stocks that you guys are mentioning. So definitely throw one in there. Let's take a look here. It's difficult to understand, but I want to learn more about this. Sure, you make it a success. Hey, stick around. One of the things that we do is we teach a lot of process here. And
I do.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're here for at the end of the day. We're not here for you guys to copy trades, but to learn how we go about it. And the best part is you got 3 very different traders here to learn from. So you can take some skills from each of them and try to implement it in your own trading.
And full disclosure, that's something that I constantly work on, right? I'm always trying to learn from Zunaid. So some of the times that where I take YOLOs and I get slapped, like that's part of the learning process. And I mean, just look at Roblox today. That was a great call. I mean, that was an absolute great call. Those things are up, 50% or almost 40% from where he was calling it at. So always trying to add tools to the toolbox and get better. Never
It's the
stop.
only way.
Only way. That's right. That's right.
Zoom went ahead. Is my screen still up for everyone? Yeah, Zoom, as you can see, went ahead and rejected at 210. I was a little undecided on if I wanted to grab puts or calls, so I did nothing. It looks like puts so far was the actual decision there. But by the way, LGVN is now halted. Let's see what that stock is at. LGVN 2253 is what I'm seeing.
And then KTTA halted to the downside at 419.
Wonder if it'll go ahead and bounce from that.
That LVGN so manipulated. Oh man, those are the types of stocks that will make me pull my hair out and go. I'll end up looking like I'll get the grays real quick on LGVN. Man, that stock it broke $1 downside, then pushed up another $1 upside. It's just those are the stocks that I try to definitely stay away from, guys. Be careful out there.
Apple printing lows here, going to 160. Looks like we just broke beneath 160.
Yeah. Just got the alert here as well. Let's see what the puts look like.
See that BTTX. Oh, look at that. Nice hold of 780s, 790s, now pushing to 850s, man. What a move there. Probably the best move of the day and a really nice pre-market setup. This was a really nice setup. Good support there. That's why as soon as I got to it, I liked it. And sometimes, you can't go too crazy, but definitely it looked good there through 7. You could have risked down towards 680s or 675. You're doing a 25-cent risk, looking for a 50-cent pop. You got that right into the move into 750. And then now you're up there towards a high of 875, 878. This is definitely a nice move there, BTTX.
Yeah, a little too thin and spready right at the open. But if you hit this absolute monster move, this is why people trade things that are thin, right? Because you can get these gigantic moves like this. The reality is that, we're looking at a chart that's trading up considerably. These can just as easily trade down considerably and at the exact same speed. So if you're in this and you hit this, awesome job. As Zunaid says, make sure you book your profits.
Please.
This is called the undercut and rally play on the daily. When you see a daily chart undercut the kind of like the IPO price or when it switched on over here, it cuts down below, starting to squeeze back on up. One of the things that could have helped you also is that you had a bearish trend going into a really nice analyst rating. So what can happen is that since it was in a bearish trend, it was kind of in an oversold territory. You can see it even getting down towards 10 here on the RSI, showing you that with that reversal of sentiment that was given by the analyst, this reversed the stock from these price levels. So $7 was that area where it was really getting down on the RSI, and then you could see it getting strong there through that 7. So we'll see if as long as 8 holds on pullbacks here, I think BTTX just changed the story here, and that's how quickly stocks can change.
BTTX through 9 there temporarily. Let's see if it consolidates. You might have a better opportunity to actually trade this if we get some consolidation here. And one of the other stocks that I noticed, Blin, BLIN, right? This made a huge pop up towards 330, pulled all the way back to 295. Seems to be sitting around here at 3. If it consolidates here and comes back on, we might have another trade here in Blin.
It was BILN?
Excuse me, BLIN. Bravo Lima Indigo.
Boom. Got you.
Nancy. November.
Going in right now, a $3 pullback there. I like it. One of the things that it did do is it cracked below VWAP and kind of doing this little circle kind of shape here. You don't want to see it kind of break this area. You want to see it kind of hold here, then quickly get right back above that 310.
And Mitch, I'm glad that you did that, because that is exactly what I mean by come back on. Right, if we reclaim that VWAP and we start moving back up there, that's when the trade is not here. You're essentially guessing or trying to catch a knife that's fallen here. And Xpony is saying Blin signed a multi-year agreement with Sales Intelligence.
So you see how it tries to give you that fake out breakdown right here? You want it to hold and just quickly reverse. So stopping people out at 3. Maybe even giving you the bid at 295. But watch how the ask stays at that 3, and then we want to see it quickly just reclaim that 295, the bid move up to 3, and then you'll see the momentum. Look for the volume to come in following that. So this is another thing that I like how Ryan's describing this right now. If you're taking it here, you're hoping, wishing for it to come up versus waiting for the volume to come in and kind of give you a indicator that, yes, people are stepping up. Now you can step up to the plate also.
NNDM new highs today too. They're a huge bid there. Looks like this is going to try to take 5. NNDM. It's extended here. Good volume. They had earnings. I haven't gone through the print. It's like got to go through it. Haven't gone through it. But this sitting at high. Looks like this wants to break 5. NNDM.
I'll put your chart up if you'd like, so you could explain that one.
Yeah, well, it's not much to explain here, right? It looks like we have some resistance around 5. We talk about the round number phenomenon all the time. There's big volume pouring into this. I mean, if you look at the time and sales, just huge volume. So maybe we snap it. We haven't been able to get over it yet. I know we in the pre-market. Yeah, we did in the pre-market for just like a 1-minute candle, but it'll be interesting to see if we can do it with the volume.
I really like Mara with that action that just happened right now, guys. I'm sorry to interrupt there. I just wanted
totally
to make sure. BLIN also setting up there, right? That nice setup there. But let me go ahead really quickly to Mara, explain this one. Remember I told you how I was trying to break down through the low here, and it just did a quick reversal, pushed through that VWAP, pulled back, now looking strong there. Mara, you can take a look at. Riot, I would take a look at. Hut, you see all those moves? You see how they're all pushing at the same time? That's relationship trading, guys. A lot of people will take these and try to diversify into all of them. BTBT was also another one that I was seeing moving on up. You see how they're all moving in the same direction? That's what you kind of want to see when you see a reversal. And now you're trying to see maybe you catch a laggard. So look for a play that's struggling that hasn't made that move yet, like let's say BTCM, or you could be looking at, let's take a look at Hive. Yep, Hive is a little bit more of a laggard to these. So that's why I look at the leaders. Mara, of course, Hut is also there. And so you look for those to get strong here. We'll see if they can continue making that move. All right, this
Blin popping now here, interestingly enough.
It literally kind of gave that nice little fake bottom. This is when I would start taking it, and I would hold off at $3. But you could also hold off that 297 here. It's always up to you now to determine your entries and your reward. But it does look like a nice little setup there. I'm glad that we were able to at least kind of work that trade out for you guys so that you guys could see it and now the trade's reacting by itself. One of the things that I pointed out, right, was the volume, right? So you wanted to see a volume spike into the move, exactly what you got here.
Yep.
So nice call out on Mara. I got you, Rob. It's not for you guys to just jump on those trades, but when I see reversals like that, I'm going to try my best to at least point them out and shine the flashlight at it. It's up to you if you want to go ahead and press the button.
I'm going to go ahead and grab some puts on Docu here. Maybe that's if it goes ahead and fails, I'm looking at it. Possibly going to look at grabbing some puts. Matter of fact, I am going to go to grab a put on Zoom. Sorry to switch tickers like that, but let me see what these options are going for. They're spready. God damn it.
And just we talked about it. We talked about it at the open here, but just watch that VIX, right? We did take out yesterday's high on the VIX, that currently 2088, put in a new high of 2096 today. So, you know, just if you're going to use that for some of your trading, just be mindful of where it is. You know, you could see quick pulls in both the market and some of these smaller caps. Still watching Blinn here, though. I mean, this is big bid at 311 now on Blinn. Big bid.
What's up at 320s, Ryan, if you can see the level 2 there?
I don't have it. It doesn't give me the depth in the view that I have here.
Okay, no worries. I can take a look here.
But it will as we get closer there. I'll be able to, you know, it kind of flashes up there. Let's see if this bid at 311 holds. Looks like you're going to try and test it. Now there's a big seller there at 312.
All right, guys. So this is when the time we're getting towards that 10 o'clock hour. We're going to look for a SPY breakout here, guys. Let's see if we get it. It's the SPY is trading below VWAP, right? You see this pattern, right? Let me put it up on the screen. That's how you would be able to see it, right? So you see this pattern, right? We're kind of in this bearish pattern. We just gave a nice bullish engulfing candle here. You don't want to see the stock go below that bullish engulfing candle there. So we wouldn't want to see it get back down to this 465.28s. We want to get above VWAP and start testing back towards this high, which is this 466.60. Let's see if we can get back above VWAP, start pushing here, and I'll definitely start looking for some longs. A breakdown to that 465 on the downside, you just got to be careful because we have been having some downside action. The Qs can also help us. You know, we want to see this start pushing back on up there towards 395 and not breaking down towards 390s here. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, Blinn is still holding here, and the longer it holds here, there it goes. There's the looks like it wants to again. 330 is going to be your day high. So if we can get there, so let's see if we hold in here at 317.
All right, there you go. SPY starting to come trying to test that VWAP. Let's see if we get a nice push in the SPY here. Mara doing great from that call out. Look how that just turned around and just started looking strong there. One of the things that helps it now is you got the 200, the 9 EMA all coming together there, looking like it wants to push right back on up through 51. So definitely not a bad trade there if you guys were able to see that reversal quickly. BLIN, where do we stop on that one? Started pulling back a little bit there at 313. I'm trying to go ahead and see here if I can pull up the level 2 for us here.
Yeah, you know, it did stop at 320. To your point, Matt, you were asking about that spot earlier. It did stop right at.
Yeah, I was worried about a seller showing up there at that 320. So a lot of times I look for it, look to see if there's some ordering up there already laid out. Because that can help you, right? You know, we always want to catch these level 2s when we can. And so right now, I want to see him break through. So look for like 100 to show up on that level 2. Then look for it to go from 100 to 80 to 60 to 40 to 30 to 20, the wall to break through. That's what we're going to look for right now through that 320. Let's see if we get it. If we don't get it, of course, I would hold to break even from that point. Volume should increase too as it goes through there. I want to see volume spike up again.
Right at 320. There's a refresh seller there at 320, by the way, on Blinn. Because they cleared it out. We popped above it, and they just put more shares back out there to offer. So refresh seller there on Blinn, 320.
All right, SPY starting to push up like what I talked about, guys, above the VWAP. Now we want to see it hold the VWAP on pullbacks. So now don't break the low of the prior candles. So 465.80s. Let's not break that low. Let's start pushing here. See if we can get a nice push in the SPY. And then, of course, you can take a look to see if you got some lift in the stocks that you're trading right now.
LGVN trading back up now, 28. Heck,
Come on. I'm trying to switch my Tesla. What are you at?
Easy Mike says, just cashed a bit in BTBT, SQQQ, and Tesla. How's the Tesla Dragon doing? I thought it would be going up today. I don't know why, but I think I'm so weird. I think the asteroid thing actually does make Tesla look to the upside today, even though it was kind of gotten a hard hit yesterday. All right, guys. So the SPY, look at that. That's what I wanted to see. That reaction. You see how fast it went up there? To me, that gives me that nice bullish sentiment for today. What are you thinking, Ryan?
I'm watching game here. Sorry.
Watching game?
Were you asking me a question about the SPY?
Yeah, we just got a nice push there. That's kind of exactly what I wanted to see to at least have a good day for today. Look for the Qs to spike here too. We'll see if they can spike through that, kind of holding the VWAP also. So you see the VWAP. So you want that low candle to hold right now, 393s, 81s. Let's see if we get on up there and start pushing. Mara did a nice candle there too. Nice push there. If you were able to land on that one. Let's go back to that BLIN. I've been watching that one. Rejected twice to get above that 320. Definitely a heavy seller there in that 320s. You'll look to see if you can get above there. But you see how the VWAP is getting closer and closer actually up towards the price action? That at least gives you an ability to hold towards 309 here, or like maybe 305 versus $3. So showing you that the volume is on the bullish side, but can really quickly flip around here, and it's getting closer and closer. So you want to see that push through 320. And the SPY now up there towards 467. So going to start looking for maybe some potential buys in some stocks here. So let's go ahead and let's take a look around.
Yeah, game wants 4, guys.
Yes, GME. Like game?
No, literally the ticker game.
Yeah, I see it. I got you. Oh, matter of fact.
Also, BTTX looks like it might want to go through 9 here.
Yeah, that BTTX, man. What a nice trade that one's been today.
XPEV looks like it's moving. Yep, XPEV not in it. LI too. So some of these EVs starting to get going here. Interesting.
SPY push is going to help that. Let's go ahead and take a sector and industry analysis here. This is what I do on Money Mitch every single time I'm on, guys, is I try to look at the sectors and try to find what's hot and what's moving. Of course, one that I wanted to look at was CLR today, see how that one continued to move on up. So that one's not a bad trade there. APA was another one I gave, also up today in energy. So we'll look for those that continue moving. My coal play BTU also moving up there towards 12, pulling back towards 1165s. I do like that trade there. It looks interesting. Let's go ahead and see. Energy is trading up a lot in oil and gas. If there's a big play there, let's see. CPE doing really well today. Petroleum. So definitely oil still strong there. After that, let's go ahead and see if there's anything else up from the open. Looks like technology starting to get that rip, rap, and roaring back there. Let's take a look here. What is coming back here? Let's take a look at the big boys.
Big push on game. Game was great. Right through 380.
Nice call.
Push through 4.
Got you. You want to? I'll put it up for you. I got you. I was looking at it. Nice little push there.
Your pre-market's away 50 cents, so some room there.
Nice move to get up there towards the 4. Nice red to green move also. So you got that fake out to the breakdown on the downside. And one of the things it was talked about in the chat. I'm going to scroll back. So I think it was someone was asking about why do I look for attempted breakdowns on the downside. Is because a lot of times they'll fake out the let's say like the 1 minute trader. So I'm keeping game on here so we can see that nice little push there towards 414s. It is pushing really well there. But what happened here, right? And so you got a 1 attempt to break it down right here, 2 attempts to break down the pattern, and then 3 attempts to break down the pattern right here. It actually, on this very next candle, pushed on up, tested that low again, giving you that kind of 4th bottom attempt. That shows me right there that that's the bottom to call. If it breaks there on the downside, it's going to start cracking down, and this stock would have maybe done a little pop. And then if it broke through there, it would have headed down through that. But what do? We reclaim it, and we start getting above. When you go and you test here and you start seeing that volume increase on that reversal, that's giving you that good sign that, yeah, you could get that push right back on up. And the VWAP is actually super high in this one, which is interesting. You're just getting to the VWAP now. That's not too often. I'm not sure what happened in the after hours yesterday, but there was a lot of volume that came into this stock.
Blinn again, by the way, right up to 320. I don't see any of the size here, though.
Unity catching a bid here. Let's go ahead and take a look there. That one's up there towards 182. So nice little bounce back in this tech. Could have been a little bit of a fake out tech washout. We'll see if that is true. Of course, today we want to see tech really close strong. Q's finally pushed above that VWAP and held there. Exactly what we wanted to see, not testing that low when we broke through the VWAP. Now we're pushing on up. Let's see if we can continue moving on up. SPY is doing the same thing, pushing on up. I want to see it hold 467 on pullbacks now, maybe even 466.50s, but not below that.
So Blinn took out 330. There was some size there. Looks like the next size is at 334. Would like a pull here so I could actually try to buy this.
Remember I said 305s? It came back right near that level and then just pushed on up through there.
Sure did, man.
It's just kind of common. Whenever you see that rejection, it's going to come back and test the support. It's exactly what happened there. Went back, tested support,
again.
Pushed. This was a good one. I like that trade.
Yeah. Wish I hit it, frankly.
Hey, it happened, Ben. BTTX, beautiful chart there, guys. So this is that what? A, B. Look for that C breakout, and it could even go into that D push. So I think this is a good one here at BTTX. It still looks like it wants a push here. Maybe it takes out 10 today.
Size refreshed on Blinn at 320. And they're walking the size down now, 318. So this is why I wanted it to pull back before I bought it, because if I had tried to buy that candle right at 330, they would have pulled this, and there's a huge offer that needs to get cleared out. They're walking that down again. They look like they're trying to chomp it now, though.
Yeah, that's exactly that 320 seller that just keeps kind of flowing through there. All right, looking to see if Mara takes out 51.25s here. Looks like it's trying to push through, just pulled back towards the support. So support getting closer towards 50.64s, or you could say 50.60s. You've had that 1 push, 2 push, 3 push, maybe a little pullback to 51 here. I would actually want to see 51 hold now to start swinging towards 51.50.
You've got XPEV trying to break out here. Already have an alert from yesterday over that $54 level. So if the market participates, we should be good. But it is higher than all-time. Excuse me. It's breaking out of pre-market highs. So you can grab some calls if you'd like. but that is something I'm keeping an eye on. Roblox went and nicely bounced off of VWAP.
330. Sorry.
No, please keep calling them out as you need to. Zoom keeps getting rejected from VWAP. You can grab some puts here. What am I in? I'm in the $200 puts for this week at $2.30. Excuse me, $2.44. I got an ugly fill. But those are my plays and updates.
Man, I got FOMO like crazy right now with Blinn. Crazy FOMO. No, seriously, because I've been sitting here watching this since like 3, and it keeps pulling up and pushing, and I'm not able to add on the pull, and I don't want to necessarily hit the push, and I feel like this is about to get nuts. I mean, 320 is the spot. We're at 345. Here we go. I mean, damn it.
It happens, man. It happens.
It's frustrating because we telegraphed this one. You know, BKKT is a little bit different. That moved really quick. Blinn, we were analyzing this over and over and over.
We called it before it held right here.
We had it here. I hope some of you guys took this. I hope you didn't all have cold feet like I did. God.
No, I mean it's also
unreal.
This is
unreal.
This is how we always talk about it, right? Trade ideas are great. Trade process is great.
Yeah.
Execution even better, guys. So one of the things is try to be super objective. How can we have been a little bit more objective here? Is Ryan was thinking about the trade instead of taking it, I feel. He was considering the options, but at some point, like let's say when we were down here at this $3, I'm sure he told himself, if it claims $3 here, 305, I should take the trade. And so at some point, one of the things that you got to do is start going back and realizing how's my execution in my strategy? Because this is something that I see a lot of traders struggle on, is that by the time they actually get to executing, am I taking it at the right price that I want my entry to be around? Or am I executing on the reward side? Maybe I'm being a little bit too greedy. I said that I would take, let's say 350s in BLIN, and I didn't take it when it got there. That's going back and realizing that your execution was slightly off and I want to make improvements. So always look back at your trading and realize here, it could have been mis-entry. So setup was there. I had everything planned out. The trigger hit and I didn't take the trade. That was the execution moment, but it's okay. It's going back and realizing that was the moment that I should have taken the trade. The trade was established. The risk was established. The reward was established. And I did have a catalyst maybe to support me in the trade, that analyst rating or whatever it may be. I forgot what was the catalyst for BILN. But you look for something like that to confirm it. When you have all that trade plan complete, it's time to execute.
There was a multi-year contract for Blinn, which is why it's getting some of the pop here. But I mean, just being totally honest here, though, you know, the contract is great. I don't know how legit that piece of news is. The reality is I'm watching the level 2. I'm watching some of these technical levels, and I was just too slow. I had probably 2 or 3 really good opportunities based on our analysis here to buy it, and I was just too slow. In fact, twice I've canceled an order here on Blinn just because it moved too quick. And it's part of it. This is part of it, right? This to me is actually more frustrating than taking like a small $100, $150, $200 loss. This is way more frustrating because the analysis was right. We talked about it. I just didn't execute, like Mitch was just saying. So these are the trades that are actually even more frustrating than losing money. Blinn looking like this might even catch fire here today.
Yeah, I used to struggle a lot with this. Is establish a trading plan, take a trading plan. That's what I finally got to an understanding. If I establish the whole plan out, I want to execute. Because when you don't start executing and you do a whole trading plan, what that does is it starts getting you a little bit hesitant on what the trigger event. The trigger event should be a price or maybe a trend line going through or a hold of support. And at that point, you want to be more objective than subjective. You don't want to be trying to make decisions there. The decision should have been already made, and you should either be in or I'm not taking this trade. And that's the hard part, because as a day trader, a lot of times subjectiveness is going to come into your mindset. And the question is, do you try to stick to your objectiveness? That's the hard part of trading.
Yeah.
Is that you need to be objective in every trade, not just the trades that, go well for you. I mean, there's always going to be subjectiveness to play.
Right.
All right. So GOEV talked a lot in the chat. Let's go ahead. Let's get in that. Let's take a look here at Canoe. SPY did hold a VWAP pullback there, but definitely GOEV with a nice push. Nice VWAP hold, 3 attempts to break out, sideways action, pushing on up with what? Volume. That's what you want to see on that nice little push. So that
this is what we talk about all the time, Mitch. That volume. Look at both those spots on the chart that you have circled there with those that first volume candle, circle that second one. Look what the price did. This is why we watch volume. This is why we talk about it so much, because volume is going to cause the stock to move like this. Great move here through 12, by the way. Great minute formation on GOEV.
Yep. Also holding really well that 9 EMA. You see that light blue line there. That's how you could be attacking it on pullbacks. So let's say you got it towards the 1190s there. Boom. You grabbed it at 1180s. You could be already selling through the 12s. We'll keep an eye out on this one. Let's take a look at some other EV names. DGPI. Let's see if that one's moving up today. Yes, it is moving up today. Keep your eyes on that one too. Came up to a resistance of 1374. Nice daily chart, actually. I'm going to keep this one on watch, guys. I would love to see it break through that 1374.
And real quick,
nice
Ron,
little daily setup.
Sorry for interrupting.
You're
Ron
good.
out now, UPST. Ron, great to see you this morning. Hope you're doing okay. UPST, good call here. Strong out of the gate. Some nice volume too. We traded down to about 190 in the pre-market. As soon as the market opened, we popped several dollars, back tested that 190 level, and then have moved up since. So we actually cleared the pivot out at 197.75, and we went up to the resistance one here at what do I got here? 206, it looks like. And Upstart UPST currently trading at 203. Great shout there, Ron.
If you have conviction in your trading plan, then wouldn't it help to just set the trades and let them hit or not? So this is where you come into a little bit of a battle there. So you're completely right in the objectiveness there. But the problem with putting out orders before they hit is what market makers and everyone in the market, it's like opening your book. It's like literally like saying, this is my trading plan, guys. Come and look at it. And so what happens is market makers attack those stops and limit orders all the time. So you got to be careful there, showing your hand too early. And so a lot of times I'm looking for those big traders. I want to see big traders show their hands, because if they show their hands, I can trade off of them. But us as little traders, what happens is, since our sizing is so small at a lot of those, I'm going to call them like make it or break it moments. A lot of times what you'll do is you'll get a slight tick. It'll take your shares and then tick right back up. So this is, of course, the order flow payment and the battle there. But if we want free commissions, this is going to happen to us. What can we do to avoid this and have an advantage? It's not just put out the order, sit in there, put out the order when you want it filled. At least that's what I try to do.
Take a look at Blend pulling now, pulled off the 374. Mitch, if you throw my screen up here, I got my broker open. This is actually what I was watching on the Blend trade. So this is the anatomy of a missed trade. That's what we'll call this right here. You can see just in my order entry tools, I have a very, very manageable size position here, right? 1,000 shares of a $3 stock. We're talking about maybe $3,000, $3,500, depending on where you actually get filled here. Not crazy by any means, not oversized, not over levered, totally, the Goldilocks zone, if you will. And what I had here was based on some of this price action. I was marking off some of these areas on the chart, right? I have 320 marked off and I have 330 marked off. It was these two areas that I wanted to see fall in order to actually take a position. And you can see, let me zoom in a little bit more here and to make it a little bit easier. Here we go. You can see that when we actually took this out, Sure, we popped about 10 cents. We came back in and tested it right here. This hold and reversal right here, this is the entry trigger at the 320 mark. All right, as soon as we push up through here, if you're in at 320 or 321 or even 322, by the time you get to the battle at 330, it's much easier to actually do that because you're already in profit. So even if they pull this thing 10 cents and I hit boom, flatten out, just get me out of this, I'm down 2 cents on my cost basis. That's it. That's no big deal. That's how you keep your loss small. The reality is once you see 330 fall, this is it, right? We're off to the races here. This power candle in force, this next candle here, for all of our stratters, we have a 1 right here on this next candle. So we carve out this huge range. We get in here, we pull a little bit, but the buyers are not having any of it. They're going to buy it back up to balance. Soon as the next candle starts, it trades back up. That gets more interest in the name. And then look at this next candle. Look at the size of the volume on this next candle. And no surprise, we got another push up. They tried to pull the stock back down. Buyers weren't having it again. New highs, 374. Now we're going to pull. Let's see if we consolidate here around the 345 level and see if there's another trade. What I would love to see here is some consolidation for maybe the next 10 minutes right in this area. Let's call it 345 to 355. And then I want to see this curl back up towards the highs. You might be able to scalp this taking out 374.
All right, I want to start seeing some reversals in the big techs. So, like, let's look at Microsoft, right? A big position, the SPY. It looks like the SPY is trying to test back down towards the VWAP. But really, if you're looking at it, it's a lot of it is these bigger name stocks that look like they're trying to break down. Like Facebook, at least there you go. At least Facebook looking like a little reversal there. Let's take a look at Google. Let's see how that one's looking. Also bearish pattern, right? But we need to get it back above VWAP to start getting it more in that bullish reversal here. MSFT, you saw it down there. Also, Apple, also bearish pattern. Let's see these reverse, because if they break down, it's going to end up dragging the market with it. So we'll see if you can hold this and come back up towards VWAP. If they come breaking through VWAP right now, then you get that nice reversal, SPY pushing on up. Let's see if we can clear the highs here. 5-minute chart just to give you guys some insight there. Once we held this VWAP, we don't want to break it below again. Looking like we're trying to push back up here. Let's see if we can get back up there towards 468 is where I want to see the SPY go to.
Roadblocks real quick. I know I've been quiet. I'll talk about why towards the end. Roadblocks here. It looks like it's in that flag, a bull flag. I'm waiting for it to kind of break out. I am in the calls that I was already in, but I'm also going to grab a couple of 125s if it kind of breaks here and we see some traction. But that's something I'm keeping an eye on. XPEV went ahead and continues moving up. I'm still waiting for it to break that 54. Zoom is just kind of chopping me up here left and right, waiting for it to kind of either reject the VWAP and start flushing towards 200 or just break above it and let me cut my losses. But those are the tickers that I'm following at the moment.
All right, we'll call out Fubo being called out in the chat. Yes, it is popping off there, guys. So if you guys see Fubo making a move, you guys will know. Fubu buy? Fubu? not Fubo. Not Fubu. Fubo. I don't know if you guys ever, Zunaid, you ever rock a little Fubo?
I did.
No,
yeah, I
God,
did.
no.
Hey, Ryan, my boy.
I had a Fubo shirt. There was probably like a 4-week period where I thought Insane Clown Posse was good music, and they were Fubu guys. That was it.
Can't blame you. I rocked it too. A little South Pole action, a little G Unit.
Stop it. You've got someone talking about SoFi. And yeah, SoFi, I was looking at it to kind of break 18 and hold. So far, it hasn't, but I like it here. I mean, you can easily grab some calls here. I think they're like, what is it? 50 cents? Yeah, they're about 45 cents if you want to grab the $18 calls for this week. If it goes ahead and breaks VWAP, which is $17.90, then you can go ahead and get out of it, but not bad. Break of $18.10 would kind of push things higher. So not too shabby there.
G-Unit.
I knew it was coming. As soon as I saw Brett typing G's, I knew.
I couldn't help myself. Oh
my God, you guys are crazy.
we could rock a little 50 cent action, in the club.
Stop it.
Bottle full of bub.
Those are the good old days. The good old days. Look at
Man.
everybody having a good time. That's what we're about here. All right, guys. So this is the time where I'm really just going to be paying attention to some of these bigger stocks like Apple, Microsoft. Let's see if they get through. We don't want to see them reverse here on this 5-minute candle. We want to see them start pushing on up here. But definitely these techs, I think, are going to call it for us today. SPY did push back a little bit there. We don't want to see it break VWAP here. Let me take a look at the Qs. How the Qs looking? Same thing, trying to hold above VWAP, came back, bounced off of it, now trying to hold it. We want to see a nice push on up. What is going to happen here? It's going to be a big, big moment for us. Why? Because if tech has another day of struggle, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people watching.
BBIG moving on some volume here. Our good old friend BBIG, and then NNDM at 5 here. Who was it just calling it? I just saw it in the chat. I can see Ryan in a do-rag and a FUBU shirt. Tiny Pie Media, you might be the only person that that can see me like that. But you know what? More power to you, my man.
All right, let's take a look at that. So you said
NNDM through 5 now.
Nano? Yeah, nice little bounce there off the VWAP. I do like that VWAP bounce. It's looking good for a breakout through 5 there. We just got through that level. Now we're up at 510s. What's the next stop? Oh, this is a good looking chart, man. Let me bring this up.
Sure was. That trade was right through 5 too. It was banging the door. It hammered that wall down at 5, and it popped here. It gives you. This is what I'm talking about when we go through though. It was John Down said I called NNDM. Nice call, John. This is what I'm talking about when we get that pop, when they take down one of those seller walls. You can be in that trade for just a matter of seconds and be able to scalp that over and over. I do try to do those. They're hard to call out, right? Because they happen fast, but you can make a living doing that.
Yes, I am nuts. I get told all the time. But yeah, let's take a look here. NNDM. What a beautiful trade. This is one of my favorite setups, Ryan. This, to me, this looks like a beautiful red to green 5-minute trade. So you look at the 5-minute candles in pre-market, and you're telling yourself, I'll look back at it so you can see it. This is what you see in pre-market, right? And so you say, okay, so the 5-minute low on this candle, if we come down to it, I want to go ahead and get it in it and risk off the next support underneath that. So you can see here, that's 468. The risk is going to be for us 461. So we're only risking here 7 cents, right? And so this is one that I actually suggest that you can actually put the limit order out there right at the open. So you're looking for that dip to fill in there. And the only thing you do at first is just worry about your risk spot in this. So you could get a fill and you could get an instant dip through your fill. So you want to be worrying about your risks first. Don't even think reward first. You're just thinking manage the risk, enter and manage the risk. As soon as I enter, I need to worry about that underneath support. If that holds there, I'm okay, and it can come back up through my level, and I can hold off that level. If it comes back on up through the open and gets into the green, we're actually going to move our stop to break even, which is going to help us, of course, with accuracy once we get back above the open price. That's what I'm calling out there. Once you're back above open, you don't want it to go down to that other support. You want it to just quickly catch that and start pushing. What do we get here in NNDM? Let's take a look here. First candle.
Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Bourne. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. You too, man. You and your family have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Good advice here. Enjoy your family and spend some time reflecting on what really matters to you. Peace and love. Berlin, you are an awesome part of this community. Have a great Thanksgiving. We will see you when you get back.
Mad love for my boy.
Plus, we also got to play Battlefield.
Yes, definitely. So you guys see this first dip here on this chart? You see how it goes right there to 468. If we got in there, and let's say we even put out the order at 467, the dip is only to 465. It immediately reclaims that price level. Now you're back above. You want to see it get back above the open, exactly what this stock does. It gets right back above the open here. And at that point, I'll literally stop out at 468. You could maybe hold 5 cent risk if you want to, like, just be a little bit tighter. But from this point, I'm looking for it to do what? Come back to the highs. We wanted to come back and test up here towards this 495, and look how it comes back 468, holds there right there, then pushes on up right through. That's that 5-minute reversal, red to green. Once you get above VWAP, you want to see some strength go into your stock. It gets above VWAP here, pulls back, holds VWAP, giving you a VWAP bounce. Once you get into that 495, you know, you're in the clear for that breakout move. A lot of day traders like to attack this one. They usually use smaller sizing at the first entry, and they're adding here on that VWAP bounce, looking for the breakout. Just wanted to at least give a one way to attack this chart and how I would have been looking at it maybe in the pre-market.
Real quick, I want to update everyone on SoFi. You can see had that little bull flag, if you will, a range breakout above the $18, $10 level that we talked about. Already got yourself 10 cents there. Our stop loss would have been, which we told you guys would be $17.90. So right now it's not a one-to-one trade just yet. You needed to get to $18.30 for that. But so far that's looking really pretty. On the other side, this Roblox, you can see it went ahead and peaked above, couldn't quite break it, came back down, and now it's trying for a second time. So I am still in those calls, and you're up about 17% on the second edition that we had. But those are the updates on that. In Zoom, I did go ahead and get stopped out on the puts above VWAP, so I did take an L there. Oh, sorry, and there's one more that I have here. What is it? XPEV. XPEV went ahead and keeps chucking along. It's about to go ahead and break possibly 54. I'll go ahead and add some more calls if it does do that. But for now, I need confirmation. SoFi now above 18.20.
James, it's okay. I'm a casual in BF2. I'm a Tarkov main, so no problem there. Real quick, BENE going to be halted here at 1234. Gigantic pop. Looks like it was trading off a 1015 level. Here we are halted at 1234. No position in this, just kind of watching it.
Rob saying Roblox is going 140. I hope so. I really do. And I wouldn't be surprised because, again, if you go ahead and look at the daily on this one, that's where it was just a few days ago, 140, 160. So it absolutely can. The question is, can it do it today and or can it do it Friday? Because I'm always going to be in the weeklies. We'll find out shortly. As someone else talked about how I hope you got XPEV calls. I did. I'm in the $55 calls for this week.
Hey, James, give me your Tarkov handle. I'm always looking for like-minded people to play Tarkov. And if you're going to be in Crack House and Customs, believe me, I'll find you there, buddy.
All right, traders out there. Looks like we got over 700 traders in here. Do me the favor, guys. Look on down to that like button and smash on up. Support us as we do this every single day live, and we're going to continue doing it. And I'm going to eat as much turkey as I can this weekend.
Oh, my God. It's going to be crazy.
I'm so ready for the turkey.
I
actually make it myself. I make it myself. Just to put it out there, if you guys need a turkey recipe, holler at me. I feel like I'm a good chef here, and I do some good barbecuing too. I was even thinking about maybe doing a smoked turkey, but it's not really my favorite. I like the classic, you know.
Yeah, I like a classic turkey too. One of my good friends is a professional cook. And she does the entire Thanksgiving meal, and I'm telling you, it is glorious. So in addition to the turkey on Turkey Day, also going to be turkey pot pies on the weekend to utilize those leftovers.
Appreciate you, my point of blue. I like the name too.
Yeah, me too.
All right, let's keep going. My grandpa needs a new turkey recipe, says Zach Brown. Yeah, you got to get that. You got to get that. Brian, that bird.
Daryl knows what's up.
Hey, there you go. That's called that. You know that's the difference between that Golden Corral turkey and the turkey that probably Ryan's having.
Golden Corral, yeah.
God bless.
Thing is not comparable to Golden Corral.
Come on over, Brian. I got you.
Let's see. Real quick,
how are you doing over there, man? I feel like we've been railroading you. What on
no?
earth is going
So
on?
I'll explain in a second here. By the way, real quick, SoFi, what a freaking trade! Broke through the 1832 levels. Now go ahead and sell some here. In my calls that we talked about, the $18 calls, purchased those at about 45 cents. Those are now going for about 60. So please lock those in. Roblox, by the way, touched 125 out of that bull flag. Needed to continue, but please lock some gains in there. And XPEV went ahead and broke that 54. Now it's up 40 cents. Those calls are up 70%. So lock those gains in. those are all the good news. I'll go ahead and say why I was quiet, and this is a lesson for everybody else. I was taking a short on Baba, and I went to grab 10 contracts for $2. I fat fingered 100 contracts for $2. Didn't realize it till I got stopped out, right? Because I always set my stops just in case, too many trades or whatever, and realized that I obviously ended up getting 100 contracts. So I'm down I don't know what I'm down now, but I think on that position I lost like $3,000 just because I simply fat fingered. Point of the whole conversation is make sure you know what you're buying, make sure you know how many of it you're buying, and make sure you manage your positions and you're not in too many of them. But it's perfectly fine. So even though I've had like 4 successful trades, that one awful fat fingered one has ruined my portfolio for today, which is fine, right? I mean, I trade for a living, so it's okay. But check your orders, make sure you don't fat finger like I did, because having a $20,000 position on Baba puts is not something I planned on doing when I woke up.
You put a turkey. That's what I call a cold turkey trade.
Oh man. So yeah, we need Roblox to get bought out for $200. We need XPEV to get bought out for $70. And it'd be cool if SoFi got bought out by E-Trade for 50 all today. That'd be great.
Okay, so a couple of things. Zunaid, I have fat fingered an options trade before. My heart literally skipped beats. I thought I was going to go have to see a doctor, so I'll give you props for staying calm there. I'm sorry about the loss. Good clawback, though. You are spotting other trades here. I know you're up on. Keep that clawback going. And I wanted to highlight Mandy's comment here. I've learned so much today. Mandy, this might be one of the best comments that we've got today. I know when Mitch and Zunaid and I are all talking, one of the things that we wanted, Mitch told you earlier, we got traders that are 3 really different traders here. We are trying to teach as much as we can. We're going to make mistakes like Zunaid just highlighted. We're going to take we're going to make mistakes like I did when I traded DWAC for 14 cents instead of $100. We're going to try to help coach that and help you become a better trader from watching us. So I'm glad you learned more today. We hope to see you back, and we hope the rest of you are also learning from what we're doing here.
All right, guys. So it's looking good for us in the overall market. This is what I wanted to see, right? I talked about the bigger stocks, right? Like Apple, Microsoft. Are they going to get that reverse, get above the VWAP? Now we're starting to get that move. And look how you're going to see the SPY also kind of react in the same manner, getting on up there 467s. Now you want to see that 467 hold on any pullback here. I want to see Apple start pushing on up. You can see it starting to push there. Let's see if Microsoft does the same thing. So let's take a look here. Same thing above VWAP, now starting to hold VWAP. So this is how you can start looking at these bigger stocks and trying to determine also where the overall market's kind of looking. You can see how all these are really, really closely related charts. They almost look very similar. And that's how you can kind of watch to see if you're going to get that move. Because, of course, what is the SPY and what are the holdings, right? It's about, I think, 9% Microsoft. And also, I think close to 6% Apple. So you can see it. The strength there is just massively starting to come back, and that's what we wanted. We couldn't see these stocks leak again today because you were going to see a lot of sellers step in. Even Tesla strong today. So I always say, Tesla up, Apple up, more than likely market's up.
Big sweeps on XXII. If it can break 1282 here, we might actually have some. Maybe 280 here. Huge sweeps on XXI. We've actually seen this move before as well. So just really interesting.
I am going to go ahead and exit.
BENE, let's go.
I'm going to go ahead and exit all my shares on SoFi here at $18.49 was my fill. Just nice move here out of the bull flag, especially. We're going to go ahead and risk 20 cents. In return, we got, what is that, about 40 cents or so. And then those calls for those $18 are now up about 66%. So I don't know if it's going to reject a little bit here from 1850s before it starts to continue its march. But for now, I'm out. It can do what it wants in the shares. I'm going to actually go ahead and cut some options as well because I got to claw back my losses from my monster put that didn't work out in Baba. But anyway. Just wanted to call that position out. XPEV, I'm going to go ahead and close out majority of my size here as well, as those contracts are up about 90% in that stock. Still plenty of room for it to go, but for now, again, I'm clawing back, so I want to make sure I lock in gains and don't get too greedy. but it is looking pretty. I mean, it can go all the way to 60. The question is it do it sometime this week or not? But I would not be surprised if the next time we talk next week, it hits $60. But for now, I'm out.
Appreciate you guys that are joining us for the first time. Looks like big Rands in the house, so definitely shout out to you. One thing that we try to do is not only just do the live trades, because if we only did that, then you guys would probably be better off doing what I hate, which is copycat trading. Copycat trading, to me, it just shows no skill. And what it does is it shows that you could be lucky one time, but who's to say that you're going to be lucky every time? And I'll tell you right now, probability is probably that you're not going to be lucky every time. So you got to be careful out there. Learn from how we attack these. Learn how we look at the pre-market setup, how it's looking, and trying to be objective about my entry, not subjective. Of course, it's like trading a red to green move. You're going to feel that pressure. You're buying into the red. And a lot of times this could actually be a good strategy, because a lot of times they tell you what, sell into strength and buy into weakness, right? But it's all depending on your strategy and what works best for you. One of the things I would recommend is look at different patterns, trade a bunch. And if you have to do this with maybe very little amount of money or paper, it's okay to find your system, but try to find what works best for you, and combine things. Don't just try to be off of, like, let's say one indicator, like the RSI is just what I'm going to trade on. No, that doesn't really help us, guys. We want to have multiple indicators, a complete system to trade off of. It could even be something that you do in a ranking. Let's say if it's above or below the 25 RSI, I'm going to give it a +1. If it's above that 25, I'm going to give it a -1. And so you kind of do your own ranking system. This is what I recommend for traders out there that are just learning and just starting into the game. Figure out how to develop the system first. Don't worry so much about the profits, because the profits come with a great worked out system. Yes, and 2-week trial, no credit card needed. Benzinga Pro. Get those exclusive alerts. Those just might help you out get started.
Is Jason in the chat? What happened?
My boy Richard, giving a shout out there. Richie Rich.
Yeah, no, definitely check it out. It doesn't cost you a single dime. You get the squawk, you get the news squawk, the option squawk, breaking news that we went ahead had on LGVN. BENE is talking about being open. Let me go ahead and open that up here since I'm not in the Zoom puts anymore. And all right. If you wanted to get in this one, $17, you could go ahead and set your order there. Stop loss would be below VWAP, but.
Hi, Zunaid. How did you find that SoFi play? Paul wants to know.
There were options coming in. So use a couple of platforms, one of them obviously being Benzinga Pro, and they have unusual options. So I saw the $18 calls being purchased. I went ahead and here I can kind of exactly walk through it, right? When I first noticed that those calls were coming in, it was right around this area right here where you see that red candle. So I said, okay, cool. Let me wait for a little bit of consolidation, see what happens. I saw this wick and I said, cool. If it breaks 1807, I'll go ahead and try to get into those sizes or whatever, into those shares. Saw it consolidate a little bit. Had a bull flag ready to go, and as soon as it broke, I went ahead and got some, and my stop loss was, of course, below VWAP. So that's how I found it. That's how I knew where my entry was going to be, and that's also how I knew where my stop loss was going to be.
All right, one that's had another good day that we've been calling out multiple times this week is this Chinese EVs, right? So let's go ahead and roll through these. XPEV having a good day. Also, this is up about 5.7%. And we've been watching this one trade all week up, right? It's been trading up all week. NIO is another one you can take a look at. How's that one doing today? Starting to push, trying to get through that 42.75. Big resistance there. We'll see if it gets through there today. LI also pushing on up there towards a resistance of 33. We'll see if it gets on up there towards the next level. Next level up would be up there towards 33.69, about a 70-cent move from here. We'll see if it continues to move, and that's LI. Let's take a look at some of these other EVs. How's the Lucid train doing? Lucid looks like it's fighting to get above this. You can clearly draw this pattern out now. It's either going to break down through this 50 on the downside or break out through up there towards 55. We'll see what happens on Lucid. GOEV was one of the big movers of the day. Still moving on up there, trying to really hold that 12 breakout. We saw that nice push here through 12. Now it's pulling back to it. You want to see it hold to there and not close underneath 12 today. GGPI is another one I'm keeping on watch. I talked about how above this 1374 on the daily chart, it could start getting really hot. So this one looks good for me for a swing trade, especially if you're trying to hold it towards, let's say, about a point on the risk side, looking for about a move above 15 up there to 16. So you're looking at maybe 2 point on the upside. We'll see what happens in these EV stocks. Of course, this is Polestar, if you guys don't know what GGPI is. All right. So it looks like we're at
an intraday chart on GGPI. Sorry for the late call.
No. I agree.
Higher lows every time. So
I agree. It's kind of sneaking up there.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times when I see a stock that was so hyped, had so many people piling in on options, then that Monday came, they got washed out. Some of the traders that stuck around that are looking off the daily support, I think are still in this. And if you look at it, it's trying to fill that gap and push right back on up to that gap up. We'll see if it gets back up there towards 16, and it could be definitely one to keep on your radar.
Yeah, this is interesting here. This needs volume, I feel like, but interesting spot here on the pullback, pulling back towards VWAP. I'd like to get a 361, 360.
So the Monday breakdown today, it's starting to break down there. And this is one that I actually liked on the upside for a little bit there. And this is why you got to be flexible, guys. If the trade doesn't go, a lot of times it's going to go test support again. And if it was already 3 times testing that support, a lot of times I think it's going to break that support. That's exactly what you got here on Monday.com. Now that you're breaking down, it looks like it's trying to head towards 300. That's kind of the level that I would give like a target from 350s to 300. That's a good trade right there within itself. But eventually it looks like it could go down towards even, let's say, this 250. So keep it on watch, and we'll see if these keep breaking. Asana is one that you want to see keep breaking down. It's bouncing today. Look for it to break down through 100 to kind of show you that it's going to continuously move down, and we'll see if these can pull back. All right, we're getting towards almost 11 o'clock, guys. We're at over 650 watchers here, guys. So if you guys could do us a favor, if we get to over 400 likes, we will stay towards 11:30 when Benzinga Live will come on. If not, then we'll go ahead and start wrapping up here at 11, about 15 minutes in. I'm going to also let Zunaid and Ryan start getting on out of here. What do you guys want to talk about going into the weekend and maybe looking forward?
Well, besides Turkey and football, I'll say this. The one thing that I'm going to be watching for, we'll just start with tomorrow. I'm going to be watching for the Detroit Lions to get their first win against my dumpster fire Chicago Bears. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be.
I'm sorry about that, Ryan. But
it's okay. It's okay. We need to clean house, right? We need to clean house. We need a new GM, new owner, new coach, all of that stuff. So losing to a winless Lions team would be the way to do that. I also have a $20 bet with one of my teammates here that the Lions are going to finish with a better record. So being a little selfish in that case, I'm watching for that. Now, as far as the market goes, let's bring it back to reality here. As far as the market goes, you'll notice that we gapped down on the SPY. We've kind of traded back up the balance here towards the pivot point for today. I'd like to see us continue to gain some strength. Right, it doesn't have to go wild today, but I'd like to see us maybe trade up, take a break tomorrow, and see what happens on Friday. I'm always watching tech. Right, tech is one of the things that I trade the most, and often gives me tells on other things. So I'm obviously watching tech, and then I'm going to be watching my scanner and be watching my Benzinga scanner for the rest of the day. Friday next, or the half day that we have after Thanksgiving, we've seen some crazy moves in the past. So I'm going to be watching that too. We don't have a show on Friday, right?
No, I don't think you canceled that
show
one
on Friday. I canceled it on Friday, guys.
So
reason why is that it's such a day that you could get in trouble, that I don't want to see us getting in trouble. What do I mean by that is that since it's such a low liquidity type of day, just think about it. The big traders, do you think they're going to be going into work on Friday? Not very likely, guys. I'll let you know. The institutionals and the inside traders, the people that are trading the huge size that kind of move the markets, will probably be taking the day off. There's no guarantee, but I've seen at least on that day, there's not the biggest action in the market. It's kind of one of those days where you want to look at your daily positions, see how they hold up. But other than that, we'll see what happens. Definitely smash up that like. Let's keep it going. Algos don't sleep, though, says James. Hey,
he's right.
Could be right there for sure. Hit that like. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. Definitely Detroit Lions. I don't know about that one, Ryan.
We'll see, man.
I'd take the lunch bet on the other side, but
hey, I
think it's Andy Dalton.
I've already got a Lions Bears bet going. I'm going to stick with that, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you've got Andy Dalton that's starting, so good luck.
I'm a big Montgomery fan, right? And he got hurt in this game last time, right? This is the game that he got hurt. If you don't remember,
I think you're right.
He ran all over the Lions that day. It was just at the very end that he got hurt. That's what I'll expect to see. Same thing. Lions can't stop that run.
You've got folks in the chat saying LGVN. By the way, sorry, I don't know if you're leaving.
Let's do it.
Approaching $30 here. Great move. You can see the VWAPs, obviously wicks, but nice off of the VWAP here on the 10-minute. Now approaching $30 there. So if you took it, props to you. I tried to get a fill at $20 after that first halt. I didn't get it, so I never even paid attention to this one after my Baba fiasco. But that's what LGVN is doing. By the way, Roblox, I am going to get out of all my positioning here as it approaches 126. And thankfully, I am green on the day, even after all the stupidity that I dealt with, which is my fault. It's no one else's fault.
But anyway. But Zunaid, nice clawback. That's how you deal with that. That's how you deal with adversity. That's how you deal with shit going wrong. Pardon my French. You keep focused, you claw back, get to a spot where your mentals are okay and reset. I mean,
and here's the thing, right? If I'm down like $3-4 grand because of trades just not working out, cool. Like that's on me. I know that it's part of the process. But the fact that I was down almost $4 grand because of a fat finger, I was not happy with.
Yeah, no, of course not.
But thankfully it worked out. But anyway, be careful what you're trading, know what you're trading, and double check to know what you bought and how much you bought. Because Ryan, you talked about that heart skipping a beat. Yeah, pretty much skipped about 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Forgot how to breathe when I realized I was holding like 100 contracts. So
Zunaid, you are not the only person that's happened to you. We got your back, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
It happens. That's definitely it does. Hey, way to bounce back there, Zunaid. Looks like you kind of gave some money to Wall Street, but then also said, I'll take it right back.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Ending the day green. I'm going to go ahead and James, that's exactly why I was quiet. I even told you guys, like, listen, I know I'm quiet. I'll explain why, but that's exactly why. I was like, I already told them what my trades were. I don't need to update you guys. You see the chart. You know if it's working or not.
Hey, that's another thing why we have 3 traders out here, right? So like anytime
I appreciate you guys.
Anytime you see us quiet, it's usually because we're risk managing, guys. So important, right? We know we don't want to get any of our Zunaid, Ryan, or me to start getting crushed because we're not being able to manage our risk. Right. And that's another thing that we want to show you here is that we do manage our risk, and we're not going to get like just completely out there trying to blow up our accounts.
Yeah, we may take YOLO trades, we may take wild trades, but we're not cowboys. We're not here to blow up our accounts. I don't think any of you are here to learn how to lose money. So we're going to try to do the opposite, right? We're going to show you when we make mistakes, we're going to show you how to correct those mistakes or how to avoid them in the future.
And real quick, Mitch, if you could just pull up my chart, I just want to explain one more thing. Since we're talking about risk management, I'm going to go ahead and actually just pay attention to this right here, right? This is a BABA trade that I was telling you about. I went ahead and took those 100 contracts to go short right here because I saw it break below VWAP and I was hoping for it to continue breaking 132. This is where I realized my mistake and I got stopped out when this 10-minute went ahead and closed here. The reason I bring this up is because thankfully I've traded enough to know not to believe in hopium, the wonderful drug where you're hoping it comes back down so you can get your money back. Because what you see happens, it just kept on climbing up. So, my trade where I lost about 20-30%, I would have lost about 80%, and I would have been down very easily about $19,000 to $15,000, give or take. So that's why when you realize you're wrong, exit the trade. Stop trying to take hopium because it really can, can't say those words, but
do not trade
responsibly. Yeah. But I just wanted to point that out. Cut your losses quick. Risk management is absolutely key if you want to stay in this business. LGVN over $30.
100%. And you said it right, my friend. At the end of the day, survival is key. That is definitely key if you want to make it into this market. I'll let you boys get on out of here. But before you do, I think we should have Spencer dance again. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Mary, I've been thinking. Can we move the Japanese ambassador to 4 o'clock tomorrow?
Because, you know, Spencer's so busy,
good.
you know. Spencer's so busy.
That's so good.
It blends in really nice with his face. Maybe one day I'll like shave and I'll send you a better picture, but it blends really well for him.
Oh, the best one, I have to say, though, that gives me the best faces, it has to be Ryan.
Oh, that's on point. Oh, my goodness.
I go berserk.
Dude, that's on point. I love it.
That is so crazy.
For that turkey.
I actually love Guy Fieri. I think he is awesome.
He's
so
awesome.
The fact that you did that is like
Triple D, man.
Triple D, man. I watch that every week, seemingly every day.
Yeah,
awesome.
he was my favorite. If you guys don't remember, I still remember when he won that competition with Food Network to actually become what you guys see nowadays. So yeah, definitely shout out to him. He worked hard to get there. Last one I'll leave you guys off with, of course. I'll stick around if we get to our light goal, but I'm gonna let Ryan and Zunaid go after this one. Just be careful out there, because I heard also, you know, you might get those Thanksgiving munchies with Spencer.
I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race.
I love it.
So good.
We gotta have that fun, guys. We're gonna keep battling here like always. Zunaid is gonna be out there, and if you guys, you know, you never know what you might catch. We had a little bit of Ryan from the Squid Games. That market out there, it'll get you guys. So just be careful. You always want to be safe out there. So don't be a part of the Squid Games, guys. Don't be a part of the Squid Games.
Mitch, 10 of 10 on these things.
Hey, I'm working hard to make the show fun for you guys out there. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Later, Zunaid and Ryan, enjoy your Thanksgiving.
See ya.
All right, guys, let's go ahead. Let's keep it going. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of fun there. That's what it's about. We got to have some good times. Definitely see the chat jumping and buzzing. So definitely smash that like if you guys are having some good times. Let's get back to the markets and see how the SPY is doing here. SPY's having trouble to get above this 467.50s. Let's take a look at Apple. It was a very important stock for us to see us to start actually lifting in the overall market. Now that we're going sideways here, we want to see it continue going. Take out these highs here on Apple will give us that strength that we need to see to continue seeing the market move on up, as we're seeing it start kind of finding a little bit of resistance there. Let's go ahead. Let's start looking around at what stocks are moving. Hulk smash. Yep. I should have done that one too. I tried to bring in as many as we could, but definitely if you guys like a stock or want to check it out, had a good trade today, bring it up. Pfizer pushing on up there. Not a bad one. Not a bad day for it. Sideways action there on the daily. If it cracks 50 on the downside, though, be careful. It is holding well there right now. Moderna, I did trade earlier in the week, but I'm going to go ahead and just keep watch here. Let's see if the SPY can get back through those levels. LGVN. All right, let's go to that one. LGVN, of course. We've been seeing this stock just be an absolute monster. It's halted today 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times now, looking to hold 32s on the push up. We'll see if we continue to make these giant leaps. Definitely enjoy it, guys. I want to stick around here and get us to live trading. We're at 11 o'clock here, so we'll continue going. If we get to 400 likes, we're at 372 right now. We need you guys to go ahead and smash up that like, and let's keep going. Path. Says Aiden. All right, so let's take a look there. Path. Not a bad move there. Nice little push on up there to 48. So let's take a look at the daily chart. Daily chart just has a bounce. At least you got a good path. I mean, get that one. Good path. Asana, finally a little love. Yeah, bouncing back there. Just be careful with these. That's a scary looking chart for me. Brave-hearted. Getting Braveheart, saying he's shorting AMC. I don't know how you can say that one out loud too much, but hey, power to you, man. And if you're able to make a profit, you're able to make a profit. Square being brought up here by Caesar. Let's take a look at Square. Does it find a dip here near 210s? I've been watching this stock crack since that 250. I was really worried about it when it cracked that 250. Now let's see the weekly lows. Where are we trying to find support? Let's take a look here. You can clearly see that we do have support here in this 195 area. From there, it can come back down towards another level of about, let's say, 158. So that's kind of the support right now for me, 200 on the downside. Below that, it goes down to 158. We'll see what happens with these. I'm definitely staying away from any payment stock, Square, PayPal, PaySafe, MasterCard, Visa. I'm staying away from them. I don't like the stories, but that's always up to you if you do like the stories. MBST, double bottom, calling out. Yeah, let's take a look here. I've actually been waiting to see this stock rip. As you guys can see, I have the stock and almost the trade drawn out completely. I've traded this one before, got it above 10, but didn't hold that move. So we need to get it back above 10 and then get strong. So that's what we'll do. We have this alert here set for 958s. I would like to see this one start pushing on up. It does have that kind of look where it's holding support, but could crack that 8 on the downside. If it does crack 8 on the downside, you could break down. Up 1,500 on path. Hey. I'm glad you're able to nail it. I started my Robinhood account back this week with 500, ending the week at almost 5,000. Thank God for options. Hey, 92 to go. Congratulations. Clove being called out in the chat. Let's take a look here. Clove is breaking down there. Not a chart that I actually like to see there, but we'll see what happens. All right, time to keep on going. Let's go. Let's go. What is going out there in the markets? Let's do this. All right, so let's go ahead. Melly being called out by RM. This is a kind of e-commerce stock. Let's take a look here. Mercado Libre breaking down there, but trying to find a support at, let's say, this 13. You needed to get back above there. I don't want it to really test below there. It does look like it's breaking down there. Try to get on up there, really reverse fast. Amazon is another one that I keep on watch to see if it's going to try to push. Looks like it's pulling back right now. If you're keeping an eye on Millie, another one you could keep an eye out also is Shop. Shop also trades with it. Shop usually actually leads the move. So I'd keep my eye on Shop. Now the SPY is starting to turn around there. We talked about how we were fighting to get above this 467.50s. We just did a little bit of a turnaround there. We want to take a look at Apple, make sure that we don't start cracking below the VWAP and crack below, let's say, this 160 on the downside. We wouldn't want to see that happen here. Mara was a stock that we gave early in the day before it did this whole action right here. When it was just coming down, I looked at it. I said that 50 was the level to watch for. And then when we got back up through that 50, you can see how I made that move to 52. Not a bad trade there if you're able to nail that Mara or BTBT. Riot is another one that kind of made a move up. So you guys can watch that one. How did Hut end up moving? Also moved on up there towards 1250. Not a bad trade if you're able to nail these. Be careful. I'm starting to see the market start ticking down there a little bit. We want to see it hold on the day, not all of a sudden just flush out on us. So just be careful out there, traders. Mercado Libre, of course. It's a little hidden trick there that I have that most people don't know, but I am actually Spanish. Manuel, I got you, man. Meli, Mercado Libre. That's what it really is. All right, Tilray being holding up well. Let's take a look there. Eric, I'll take a look at Penn for you up next. Tilray, we saw these cannabis stocks take a little bit of a bounce yesterday. Really needs to hold 10 on downside action here. We want to see it start pushing back towards 12. It's not a bad looking chart right now. You had that 15-minute chart where we pulled back and started pushing above. Want to see it maybe hold on any of these pullbacks to this resistance. So let's let this become a support now. 1075 becomes support and push on up through 11 is what we want to see on that Tilray Life. All right, KTTA being mentioned. I'll get to that one up next. Let's take a look at Penn. I know that it was being called out in the chat. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. Are we finally getting this bottoming action? We are getting the bottoming action, but we haven't gotten back above this high here, which is very important. So we want to see the stock trading up by 54. I wouldn't try to call the bottom just yet, but it has made those attempts to break down through this. So that's what I also look for. You guys know how I like looking for 3 attempts to break down, and then the 4th attempt to try to break down. We're getting it right now. I would look for it to test back down. If it doesn't crack that 51.32, then yeah, I could see it getting into that bullish sense and starting to push back on up. We'll see what happens with this one. DKNG is another one to keep on watch there. You want to see this one reverse. I've been talking about the weekly low going towards 30.76. That's kind of the level that I'd be looking for it to start finding that bottom. All right, what's going on out there? They just called, and I'll be on at 12 p.m. today. What? Jesse, you coming on, Elite? We'll see you on at 12 o'clock. Stick around, guys. PROG being mentioned by SA. PROG is one of those that I could see breaking down here. It tried to hold that 5. Last time it went up through that 5, it just didn't hold. I talked about how on kind of Monday time, we were starting to look to see if it could hold that 5 breakout. And what ended up happening, that was right here on Monday. It went up through 5, but just couldn't hold any prices up there. And once that rejection happened, I felt this was starting to break down the daily chart, and it's looking like it's coming back down to 3. It could hold here around 350s and then maybe try back up, but it's definitely on the turnaround right now. And I would definitely try to stay a little bit away until you see that bullish sense come back. But that also depends on your pricing. SPY trying to push through that 467.50 that we talked about. Can we get through that level and then start pushing on up? That's what we want to see in the overall market here in the SPY. Apple, of course, want to see it get through that box, push on up through there. This is going to be the 3rd resistance. Let's see us get on up through there and get to the next level. Mitch, remember when Penn was at 76 and said that it was going back to 100? Hey, if we bet some lunch, come get some lunch, Jay. I'm gonna be wrong. I'm not gonna be always right. There's one thing that you'll definitely never hear me say, Jay, is that I will be always right. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna give you what I see, and it's up to you to determine from there. But like always, I'm never gonna be 100% right. DE being called out by Kyle James. Definitely smash that like, guys. I said I'd stay here towards 11:30 if we got to 400 likes, and you guys rewarded us with those 400 likes. So I appreciate you guys for doing so. Let's keep going. Stock being mentioned is DE. Let's take a look here. Deere had a really strong day, was pushing on up there through the 370s. Let's take a look at the daily. Daily has a really nice chart to start attacking a breakout. If you look here, you can kind of draw this trend line. We tried to get up here before this one time when we tried to break out. Then it kind of broke down, giving you almost kind of this kind of bottoming action right here. So now for sure, 350s, we want to see hold on any downside. And we want to see any pullbacks into this area hold also, 363s. Let's take a look at the hourly, see what we did today. So we've actually went on up here, came back down through that level, and have been holding it on pullbacks. So to me, 363s on pullbacks, looking for it to get through 375. Of course, always relationships. Look for the moment that I started seeing traders talk about DE this morning, I started looking at CAT. I always like to trade the relationship. So to me, CAT is that relationship. And you can see here, it is trying to get that daily push right back on up. We'll see if it can get on up there to 220s or 215s and start pushing through that 210 today. That's what we want to see. All right, picked up some more GENI. Dan, you know how to hit me in the soft spot. Let's talk about GENI. Guys, you guys know that I've been stuck in this bag. And yes, guys, I am stuck right now. I'm trying to manage it right now. I actually got it down towards about 15% loss right now. Trying to hold on to see when we can get this back on up. I don't even need it to get back towards 13. I just need it to get back towards 12 for a good gain. So I'm sticking around here right now. I still believe in GENI, but I'm also not adding today. I don't want to add until I start seeing some strength come back on the daily and weekly, or at least show a reversal on that chart. Right now, it's not showing any reversal. So I'm sticking around and waiting. All right, DKNG about to break out. We'll see what happens. Love this show. Let's get it to 500 likes, says Alex Sanchez. Appreciate the love, man. Let's see if BTBT wants to start pushing on up here and get back through 10. I've been hanging out at VWAP multiple times. I'm going to draw out this trade for us as we take it here, okay? I'm not going to take the trade here because I'm still trying to hold off on taking some trades today. But you can see here, I'm going to draw it out. 1, 2, 3. 3 resistance tries, right? My rule of 3. What do we need to see? We need to see 3 support tries also. Support 1, support 2. Now we want to see support 3 hold here. You just got through that level, 940s on the downside, and we're going to look for a move to have gone from that 3 down into that support. Support holds, we look for a breakout. Let's see if we get it here and get this BTBT to continue trading up. This is how I like to draw out trades, guys. Draw them out for you sometimes, and then just kind of approach it and look at it. See if it actually follows the pattern. This is a bullish pattern, bullish pendant. 3 attempts to break out, 3 support holds. My rule of 3 here says it should break on out. We'll see what happens here, and that's how I try to be objective. And the rule of 3 is something that, man, it's definitely giving me some perspective in trading. This is something that I kind of opened up my own eyes to and try to give you guys, which is really, I think, if there's any knowledge that I ever give out that I feel like maybe I should keep to myself, it's the rule of 3. All right, catching up there with the chat, watching KTTA off this bottom. All right, so I'll go ahead and I'll back up on BTBT. I'm going to look at some other trades, but I'm going to come back to it if we get that move. All right, so KTTA is coming off those bottoms, just holding off those 381s. This stock did push on up pre-market, but couldn't hold the gains there. One thing that you could look is maybe the hourly, but not really my favorite looking chart right now. GENI sell December 1250s for 40s. Hey. All right, PTPI by Alex Sanchez. Let's take a look there. Not a bad one. He's talking about an oil play. Looks like it here. Oh, no, this is pharmaceuticals. I thought it was petroleum for a second. So it looks like we're trying to get back above 2, but you had this gap. Whenever you have gaps, it's a little bit dangerous to play them because same thing happened here, right? So the stock gapped up. It looked good, but it eventually filled the gap and it actually went below the gap. So you just got to be careful with a stock like this because it could come back to fill that gap. And then what happens if it comes below that gap again and comes into this area, the $1 area? It's pretty much not something that I would touch, Alex, but always up to you. All right, time to throw up the disclaimer. Like always, guys, all information and materials and content contained in this program is for informational purposes only and not for investing advice. Like always, you guys can learn from us. Hit us up on Twitter to continue pushing towards the next level. If you guys want to maybe take a look at some stocks and maybe some catalysts is sticking out to you, you guys will definitely be paying attention. So Dupree is asking thoughts on why GENI fell when earnings were good. Well, this is to go to show you that even a stock that has good earnings, good fundamental outlook, but what happened here was a sign that was given to us by the technicals. right? And so, and this is going to sound a little bit of hindsight, but I'm just going to tell you guys how it was, right? And so when I was watching GENI start breaking down on the daily and weekly, I was watching it right here on this candle. I was looking for us to get through that $20 price point and get back above 20s. When it rejected that day and started getting into the 19s, I started getting a little concerned there. I said, well, this is a long-term approach for me, Mitch. You're looking to keep this one for over a year. Let's just be patient. Let the price come down. It's okay. But what that gave me a sign was that the weakness was coming into the stock and selling pressure could knock it down even further. That should have been my sign to get out of this trade, even if I wanted the tax advantage for the next year. Another thing that I could have done is I could have attacked it by selling covered calls, or I could have gone and attacked it in that way to try to get some profit on the downside action. I tried to explain this all on Money Mitch. I don't want to get too much involved here on live trading because I want to stick to the market. But definitely if you want to learn a little bit more about my approach and how I want to get around this, maybe get better, take a look at Money Mitch yesterday. I talked a lot about GD. All right, let's go ahead. What's going on out there? Best trading account for options. Hey, ask the chat. I really don't know. I'm not really the biggest on options, so maybe they know what's better in options. Pub M being mentioned by Taste the Rambo. Pub P-U-L-M. Let's take a look here. P-U-L-M. It wasn't Pub M. It was P-U-L-M. Looking like it wants to come back on up, but this is really like kind of just your classic penny stock. Classic penny stock. I would avoid this one like the plague. But that's up to you. Like always, guys, if I want to avoid it, it doesn't mean that you need to avoid it. Don't know. I just want to go into options. Go ahead and ask around, guys. I'm sure someone will help you. IonQ, the quantum D-SPAC. Yeah, this is a Niccolo De Masi SPAC. I'm expecting this one to come back down. Reason why is it might be my little kind of bias here that I want to buy it back at 10. I've talked about this one below $10, guys. We were talking about this one on SPACs Attack when it was down here, and we were like, man, this is one to maybe throw in the IRA account. Quantum computers, when it finally moves, it should make a nice big on up. But definitely we'll see if this one can continue holding the gains here. It definitely needs to hold 25 now on this pullback. It did push on up through there. I would love to see it hold that on pullbacks and continue its move on out. If you look here, you're going to see kind of how we went on up here. 1 up, 1 down, 2 up, 2 down, 3 up, 3 down, and then started pushing back out. The roll of 3 playing again. All right, what's going on out there? Hit up the EGA egg stocks. Who knows? High stocks 420. 420, you're going to get some good turkey in, I'm sure. I listened to you, $8 cost basis on IonQ. Hey, not a bad one. $8? I, my friend, are jealous. That's not a bad one that being, that's for sure what I call a money drop. That's a money drop right there. Stick around with that IonQ. I hope you nailed that one. And hey, it's not a bad one to be in. All right, definitely going to stick around, guys. We're getting towards 11:17. We just got about 13 minutes left. I've been with you guys for 2 hours. Can we get to 500 likes today? We're at 426 likes. You guys get us on up there to 500. I am glad that you guys are enjoying it. Looks like someone's going V fishing, V bottom fishing, Visa. Let's take a look at Visa. Going on that bottom fishing attempt. Hey, can't blame you. I personally am staying away from these payment ones, but definitely it is catching a bid there at 196. Trying to get back there towards 205s. I keep a watch on some other ones also. PYPL, PayPal. I'm seeing this one break down. Until these charts turn around, I'm trying to stay away from them. But MasterCard also catching a bid there. We'll see if these can hold their bids. Hendrix trying to say hello. Say hello, Hendrix. What's up, buddy? He's getting tired from the trading, and we are almost on out of here of live trading. Let's go ahead. Let's get towards the last stocks of the day. If you had now a big winner today, I want you guys to start throwing that up. So if you had a big winner, throw it in the chat, and I'll definitely run through it now. All right, QSI, Quantum Psi being mentioned. That's another one that is in quantum. It is actually on the downside. Nicola Damasi is definitely leading that other one up, and this one doesn't look as nowhere near as good. All right, what's going on out there? Affirm moving today. AFRM. So let's take a look there. AFRM, Affirm Holdings pushing back towards that 126.50s, up there towards 130s. Now, can we close above 130, 160? That's what I'd want to see for us to get back on up there. It did make this attempt to break out through this 170. Couldn't do it, then started failing. Now we'll look for it to come back above 131, reclaim, and then get back through 150s. Then that next level would be 170s. I'll definitely keep it on watch. Visa's going up today. Hey, we'll see what happens, D-Rabbit. Apple, cough, cough. Let's take a look there. What's going on in Apple? All right, so Apple, we talked about how we wanted to get it back above VWAP and then it hold VWAP. It pushed out of this triangle, now up there towards 161. And I actually gave you Apple on the 5-minute before it even started doing this candle right here, which is a bullish engulfing candle. This is what I was looking for in the strength. Now you're up there towards 161. You could be nailing Apple just based off of that. So not a bad day there for Apple. SPY pushing on up too. And for the last trade of the day, we're going to watch BTBT try to break out of a trade that I already fully drawed out for you. Don't want to see it break that 940s on downside. We want to see it push through 960 and get on up there towards the high, 963, 970. Let's see if we get that rip here. You guys seen that line that I drew out before it. Let's see if it follows it now and we get that breakout. And that's going to wrap it up for me. Guys, we're at 11:20. I'm going to try to stay around until this breaks out, but after that, we'll just start kind of slowing it down here. Like always, guys, we do this every single day on live trading. So hit the subscribe bell below so that you can be alerted the moment we go live. We do this every single day about 9:05. We're on, and we're going to keep doing this. So please smash the like. Tell your friends, hey, there's no need for you to be paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars being in trading chat rooms that are giving you no benefit. If you're making a killing of money and you're being able to pay back that chat room, then by all means, go pay back that chat room. But if you see yourself struggling and you're not really getting anything beneficial out of those chat rooms, come hang out right here on Live Trading with Benzinga, where we don't charge you a single dime and we do everything for free. Glad you guys enjoyed that PLTR. Looking for the break. We'll see what happens in Palantir. Definitely going to keep watching. I got a 10% winner on PTN winner so far. Keep going up. Hey, we'll look for those to continue moving. NNDM is also been ripping good. We talked exactly about that stock. We even broke it down on a 5-minute reversal. So we'll see how that one continues to move. Going to go ahead and start wrapping up the day. To wrap up, let's throw a little bit of music here. We need a little bit of music. What do you guys think? I know some people don't like when I play the music, but I like a little jams. I like to trade with a little bit of jam in my background. So let me go ahead and throw this up. All right, so we're watching that BTBT, throwing on some of that lo-fi with Money Mitch here, or you guys can call me Meta Mitch on TikTok. Let's see what happens in this BTBT, and if we get this lovely trade to go on through. The deep sounds of Money Mitch. Rock en español, Ricardo. How we doing, Ricardo? Apple. Red to green. I see what you did there, Dad. I like that one. When you're riding a winner, how do you know when to close out? Well, really, it's going to be on two things there. I'm going to lower down the music so I can explain a little bit there. So really, for winners, you want to do two things. Either understand where your reward should be around. Let me put my volume up here so you guys can hear me a little bit better. There you go. So one of the things you want to see is, do you have a set reward target, or maybe you're using a moving average to show you that the trend is changing? There's two things you can do there. Another thing you can do is an ATR stop out. So if you don't know what an ATR stop out is, go ahead and research that. I can't get into all the specifics of it right now, but it is an ability to use that ATR, the average true range, to determine where you should be stopping out and setting your stops. But definitely go ahead and take a look at that. And like always, I wish you guys the best. Ricardo saying it's his first time in here and he's enjoying the energy. Claro que sí. Enjoy it. Happy Thanksgiving from my man, the one and only, the Chrisopedia. Hey, appreciate you, Chris. Like always, I appreciate all the work you put in this whole year. I'm thankful for having a friend, not only a trading buddy, that we did SPACs Attack. I appreciate you out there, Chris. Definitely smash the like button for Chrisopedia out there. He works hard for Benzinga. Articles, roadmap, NFTs, SPACs. This guy's all over the place. Betting. He calls out trades all the time. We need to bring him on here on live trading. But Chris, shout out to you, man. Thanks for you and everything you put in. And thanks for your family. Give shout out to the fam. All right, let's go ahead. Let's see if this BTBT wants to break out. We drew it up here for us. We're going to go ahead and get on out of here in 5 minutes, but this is the last trade that we've drawn out. We're going to see if it works. And this is how you guys can also do the same move. Let's say you're learning trading. Call out where you would have taken the trade and how you're going to get in and draw it out. See what you're looking for. Are we getting in here? Where are we going to sell? Maybe even draw a square. Hey, I'll sell if it gets into that box. If it gets in that box, I'm selling out. All right, guys, we'll see if this can make that trade. Jim, always good to see you in the chat. I want to give a shout out to a lot of people in the chat that have been here throughout the day. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the chat here. So definitely shout outs are going to go out. Tosh, Dylan, High Stocks, East Coast, Ricky, Michael, Braveheart, James. What's going on? Super Spackman, Caesar, Christian, Omar. What's going on? James, Martin in the house, RM. Appreciate you guys out there. Patrick Starr, Manuel, Strictly Business, Elite Trading going to be on Benzinga Live coming up next at 12. Even Jay Rice. I know Jay likes to hate on me a little bit, but guess what? I love you, Jay. No worries about it. Let's keep going. Daryl, Easy Mike in the house. Of course, Alex Sanchez, Fabricio. Hey, we appreciate you guys here on Benzinga and hope that you guys have a great Thanksgiving. That's what it's really all about today. And enjoy your turkey out there. So we'll see if this BTBT trade makes it through. We got about 4 minutes left to get to Benzinga Live. So stick around, guys. That's going to be action-packed. Guys, man on the street could come on. Ask for it. Say, I want to see some funny action on Benzinga Live. And I'm telling you guys will not be missing out if you guys see that video. I took a little peek at it and I was already laughing. So definitely, guys, you don't want to miss out. Benzinga Live coming up next. I'm going to keep doing my show like always, guys. Later today at 4:30, you guys can catch me, Money Mitch, before Christopher Udall, that does some back testing. So if you want to check that out, definitely do so. When you ask that question, that means you made it enough. Hey, we'll see what happens. Happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate you guys. Grateful. That's what it's all about. Gotta say thanks. Brock talking about the Mitch stock. Nah, yeah, I always laugh because I always look at MTCH. I call this the Mitch stock. Match. That's Mitch, right? That's Mitch, right? At least I think so. Can't blame you, Brock. Appreciate the love. Give me the smokes, Mitch. Give me the smokes. Jim, I got you. Let's blow a little haze in here. Blowing that haze. When in Daytona. Yes, Leo's the best Hispanic. I'll check it out. I'll definitely check that out. I'm going to visit Orlando soon enough. So I appreciate you, Alex. All right, guys. Match pushing on up there. Not a bad looking trade. Let's go back to my BTBT. See if we can get that breakout to happen. Get on up there towards 960 before 11:30. We got about 2 minutes left. Smash that like, Richard. Much love. Appreciate that. Rob, that's what it's all about. Adam, thank you. Do you go over your trades at 4:30? Yes. So let me go ahead and bring the music down as we wrap on up here. So really what I do is a lot of times I'm going through my sector analysis, looking for trades setting up for the next day. Also, I'll go over what was hot, what was not hot. A lot of it is sector analysis, and then I'm giving you the trades that I take. Of course, I try to be as transparent. Like today, not taking much because GENI's crushed me this week. So I'm just trying to be holding off right now, trying to manage that one and focus on my trades. I'm going to be teaching you guys. Money Mitch is really all about a 3-variable approach. We're trying to find story, fundamentals, and the technicals to not mess us up like it did in GENI. You guys saw there what finger I was getting to. But definitely smash the like. I'm going to keep going. Rich, Daryl, appreciate you guys. Freddie, that's what it's all about. Stick around, guys. I love Daytona. Daytona is awesome. I've had some crazy times in Daytona. Let's just say that. Spring break, let's just say that. All right, guys. So BTBT here now starting to push on up. Trade completed. There you guys have it. 11:30. The trade is done there for me. I drew it out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And that's what we're going to do here on live trading. Things like you saw right here in trading and battling. Like always, guys, I'm going to keep battling here with you guys. We'll keep battling like always. So stick around with Money Mitch. Hope you guys have a great Turkey Day. And who knows? Maybe even take a little bit of a thanks-teeny?
The thanks teeny. A fun and delicious new novelty drink I invented. Cranberry juice, potato vodka, and a bouillon cube. Tastes just like a dinner.
It's like Thanksgiving in my mouth.
That's going to be it for us, guys. As you guys see that trade, Thanksgiving. Hope you guys have a good one. We'll see you next time. Live trading. All right, just checking in really quickly, see if we got that redirect set. I want to make sure that I get you guys over to Benzinga Live. I know they're already live, so you guys join on up. We'll get you guys right on over. Just checking that redirect. Don't want to miss out on that. Let me just make sure. There we go. We're good to go, guys. See you guys there. I'll come hang out. Come, guys, see Elite Trading. He'll be on at 12.